Atlas Fuel versus Loon X. I've not on the right thing. I confirm I can't afford any SSG. Who can afford SSG members these days, you know? In this economy? Versus Loon X. Alright, uploading that VOD now.
When did Auntie get so handsome? Couldn't tell you, mate. Sometime last night for sure.
I have lethal, but I had to put Zeb in for tank. The price was heavy. I have Hawk. Hawk will score. Would be a close game be an embarrassment for SSG? No, I think they were close in the regular season. I feel like Team Liquid have stabilized from their initial, you know, everything's awful and we're going to lose everything. Yeah, I feel like Escanor, you know, he's not as good as UV. He's not as good as CJ. He's not as good as Z. But I feel like they've got past the worst of that now, and he's sort of okay, and the rest of Team Liquid is still really good. And like Tree and Zero, always when Team Liquid have found success, Tree and Zero have been key parts of it, and they still have both of those players at full strength. Maybe especially now Zera's on the Tracer as well. Or like these Tracer sort of Genji heroes, like real carry heroes, you know? I think there is a way back. Oh, was that a ban spoiler? How have you done this, Artemis? Been told it's a Busan from SSG with a Ball ban from SSG and a Lucio ban from Team Liquid.
I really thought you were about to say it was a Lucio ban from SSG as well. Then it just, you know, felt like rule of threes, you know. All Lucio. I mean, that's interesting, I guess. Why not?
How did VP lose? Is Backbone a fraud? Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah,
I was worried. I was worried Jamie was going to get away with this one scot-free.
I mean, if it was me personally, would have banned Lucio map 5.
Yep,
that's to me. He literally wasn't. I was too busy being relegated.
I have a tendency not to get to map 3 as map 5. Follow me, map 5 as well.
That's literally not true. We got to map 5 twice, which is the same amount of times Alcad did, I believe. Same amount of times Geek did, I believe. So I will have you. Shush.
You'll have me shush.
I'll have you shush.
Can't hear you from down there in the relegation zone.
Sorry, where are you? Don't even see you on a teammate. Exactly.
I'm on SSG. We're about to head to the upper bracket.
But literally, you are not on SSG. Okay?
I'm on SSG.
No,
don't make me tap the sign. I'll tap the sign.
Do not tap the sign.
I'm going to tap the sign. Does Backbone play for Spurs? Thanks, Coleman. A good question. Wrong side. True. It's fair.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Spurs are getting relegated. We're winning the league. Could not be happier.
Yeah, normal. Yeah, just standard 5v5 for all stages thing. Fish. Yeah. CommanderX is SSG's 7th player. Yep. Maybe 8th, but maybe 9th. But I'm top 10.
I looked away from chat for a second and it's in an Asian language. What happened? I'm just sat here playing Meeblings and suddenly, yeah, whatever.
Spurs to championship? Yeah, Kellex, they're going down, mate.
Thanks. The lasagna or AL being relegated? Where are we at?
What was the question?
Lasagna or AL being relegated being mentioned?
We're probably back around to a lasagna one now. If you go to page 84 of the script.
Right.
Yeah, we're just I think we're around about there.
Okay.
Who's going to win the Champions League? Probably just PSG. That feels like the safest option, honestly. Maybe Atletico Madrid somehow. Thanks, Wink. I'm glad you believe in me. Lasagna. Is that the lasagna like your wife cooks? Sounds right, Westy. New Flak post just dropped. I feel like we're about to head into the series. Hasn't he already done a statement saying, sorry. You know?
My bad.
Sorry.
I'll pay him next
You know
time.
how to... You know, I feel like you've read one of these statements, you've read all of these statements. Oh, it's a really long statement. We'll come back to this. Maybe never. It's just like we suck, try not to suck. If you've heard, imagine all these times Jamie has explained his relegation and just replace Jamie with the word flak and relegation with the word nightmare financial troubles. Yeah, financial payment issues. Replace Diva Ban with the word payment issues.
Move on, 15.
15, 14, 13, 12. It just works.
It just works, okay.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. He's so angry. It's only taken... What hour are we on? 15 hours of relegation mentions, but we might have found Backbone's breaking point.
It takes 15 hours
To break it. That's pretty good. You should be kind of happy with that, actually. 15 hours. Pretty good resistance. Pretty good handling it.
It's going to be Malga from Liquid. I like the Orisa into it, honestly. I quite like Diva into it too, with the Lucio gone, maybe not as viable. Yeah, going to be Tracer out from both sides. Very much seems to be a Tracer world. Vendetta out, Tracer in, especially when you're playing the Juno Brigand boss. It's going to be a rotate around trees. Nearly get his head taken off by Sugar Free here. Hawk's actually going to find a spear onto Escanor in the middle of this, and Infected's surely now not long for this world. And yeah, kind of just awkward posturing from both sides, and SSG are going to get the better of it.
Yeah, little spear opening pick. They're going to call him Old Zeb at this rate, and that's going to be SSG taking the first fight. Infected will be going over onto the Orisa, though, just matching up head-to-head. Team Liquid, Tree was talking earlier about how he thinks Malcolm actually might be one of Infected's best heroes, but the Orisa are a good matchup into it, but Infected also very good at the Orisa as well. Probably the first sort of ground tank he was really top drawer on, so we'll be more than happy to take the mirror. We're going to see Vega go onto Kiriko as well. Catches a spear around the corner from Old Zeb over there, and that's going to be now a long walk up for Infected, but he's not using any cooldowns yet.
Did you just call Orisa Zeb?
No, I called Hawk Old Zeb because he's hitting the spears, but he's old.
I understand. Yeah. I understand. Okay. Alright, override protocol here in from Lethal. Gonna keep the push going into the room. This is the problem. You think you're safe in a room, kind of thing, but then the cunt just flies in and kills you all. So what do? You just lose. Can he avoid getting traded on his way out? Yes, he can. Good fight win for SSG. Tree should be able to come back and start with his ult in the next fight, but not a great situation to start off for Liquid.
No, site support out advantage on both fronts for SSG. They do have the override protocol to start it though, but with Hawk and his Terror Surge might be quite tricky to swing the corner. We'll see if Tree wants to go through top, potentially in middle, or swing the far side. Looks like he's looking for that middle area right now. Tracer in his way, but he can just go through the window and be relatively uncontested. Tree will start that one through the window here, looking for some splash damage, has created some space, hits on the backline, but no kills, trying to find these snipes. Rapers from UV in main now. Escanor is very much separated here, so he's going to get run over. Vega's going to TP on, because, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword, I guess. Going to be both backliners dead, and this will be a stalled out fight. Infected will not be getting the flip, and Team Liquid have to reset.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because we're scared of extra ops that SSG might have, but it feels like we never actually walked through choke, like Liquid, even with the ult. Like, they all got to just turn on Tree. It looks like Infected did his best to walk, but no one else really could follow. I mean, I don't know how much of that is even their fault, or just like a reality of the map and all situation. Gonna be out-tempoed here, though. Infected's gonna block the backline. Escanor is gonna commit the beam into this, which I'm not sure if they could have just kept running or not. Double Terror Surge. Hawk is gonna blink first, taking more damage. Infected's gonna end up being lower HP somehow, though, and he's running him down, doing his best to try and finish him. The old man gets it done the old-fashioned way. He's gonna get traded out by Tree on the way out, though. And Flip's gone Admiral.
Yeah, man,
who got the flip? Huh?
Yeah, I think it must have been Zero. Surely he's going to come in. Oh, he doesn't give a touch actually. No, so I don't think it would have made a huge amount of difference. It was like a 2v3 both DPS, so there was always a chance, but a tough one. Yeah, I mean, if there's a 2v3 you want as well, generally it's for Team Liquid DPS you want as that too.
Yeah.
So we'll be SSG closing that one out actually, remarkably dominant in that. And now we're over onto Downtown, which should be a bit of a slower, wider map here, and you can see immediately locked by Hawk here. Should be a pretty reasonable one on this one. But generally speaking, this double flex support backline, this is where you would think Liquid would have the advantage.
Yeah, honestly, not a bad. I mean, it's not a great map for it, but not a bad opportunity to even like force the Malga Juno break. Like, Hawk's realistically gonna play Diva here, right? You don't expect him to play the Orisa, but I guess rolling out the Orisa is the safer option, just in case he is. But gonna meet on left side. Sugar Free's gonna be leaning towards point. Meanwhile, all of Liquid are very much looking to envelop this area. Like Zero's going around the coast. But it's not really an easy choke to keep walking through here for Infected, unless it just gets given up, which maybe it will be.
Yeah, Hawk just floating around, lurking on the rooftops, and a chance to pounce. Infected will make his way onto point here as SSG will just spread out, take a few angles on him now. Just trying to clear him, but they've actually on a relatively passive angle, so Infected can keep this point anchored for a while. He's got a decent amount of flip already as Zero will get into the backline. Admiral's trying to keep it Q on the flank here as well. UV TP's on to save him. We'll pocket both of them, but this has created a bit of a separation from Hawk, who tries to get back on that drum. Infected has to be careful. He doesn't get surrounded here, but he is very much surrounded here. Fortify, I think, might have to be spent there as well. Escanor's going to flip it out as both teams just pivoting around, trading places perfectly here, but now a lot of help required for Infected. Tree finds the first pick, but Infected was out of cooldowns, but Tree's kept them up with player advantage. That was both supports as well, so they should just be able to use that heal advantage. Even with the Diva, Hawk's going to get demexed here. And yeah, no tank, no problem. Team Liquid will win first fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough one as well, because the point shots for the Diva into the Emre on like this map, like unless you're hiding on the opposite side of the bongo, the Emre damage is just so rough. Infected's just going to get to meet backline wherever they go now as well. Tree's just got the not die pre-fight here, has the advantage on the override protocol, can maybe pull the trigger on that before Lethal's able to farm the last of his. Should be harder for him to get the value than Lethal though, because he's going to do it into a Diva, but he is going to pop it.
Pops it now as well. Hawk's going to try and eat a few of that. A couple of them are thrown up the backline here as Hawk's going to try and get involved in that. Ignores Hawk, looks at the backline again, trying to get one of those juicier targets. UV down to half HP. Nothing Zero can go on though, and now Lethal is going to respond with his own override protocol. Looking for that one, trying to clear the point. Damage onto the Orisa. One shot onto that one. Catches Tree peeking here as well. Might be able to finish him with the splash. Can finish him with the splash as well. Nice opening pick now as they're going to move towards point. Vega's going to pop in that rally to help get onto this one as well. They continue to deny the flip here. Lethal's going to get challenged on the high ground. Ray's going to come out from Escanor, who's just going to kill Lethal with that one. UV drops a Kitsune Rush in response, but now Infected is forced him back. Can't find the Javelin to Admiral. He drops a very scary Ray, but now he's forced up, and he can push forward with this Ray too. Terror Surge available for Infected. He'll try and drag him out of that Ray. Drags UV out. Pulse Bomb out from Sugar Free onto the shield. Little alley-oop for him there. Threw that one underarm, I think. Zero still finds the trade onto point onto Hawk, though. So Team Liquid, they remain in control this entire time.
I mean, Escanor is Thanos, just winning the 1v1 on point.
That was really whoring that one, actually, for Ray into just dominating him.
Yeah. The Terror Surge answer to Admiral's beam after is like really clean from Liquid, right? Like, you're really happy with that outcome. Admiral's actually going to make the swap over to Kiri now. Ult-wise, not really anything to speak of for either side. You got a bomb for either side, one's just a lot bigger than the other. We'll see if he can be a Frenchman with it, but Infected still just going to be anchored on this point, going to be near impossible to clear as well. Unless somehow Lethal's able to get an angle. But actually on the side, Brig and Vega and Tree on the side,
He's
taking the map, linking up with Zero. Lethal's in a lot of trouble here. It's going to get caught. Somehow a 5-man collapse is going to end up on Lethal. I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah, they just left the point.
Yeah, 45.
They actually managed to leave the point, go get the kill, and get Infected back in time. A little Poco Bomb from Hawk here. Recall will be forced as a result. But Zero can group up with his backline. Look for this one. Hawk will not be getting back into mech. And that will just be, yeah, well, the double flex support map, even though they didn't really end on that, actually going massively in favour of Team Liquid there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I haven't watched much of any of this shit. Does Admiral play much Juno?
He plays a bit of everything now. Admiral's just sort of slowly but surely transitioned in from like a sort of classic main support Lucio guy into, you know, whatever the team needs type thing, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But, yeah, I think realistically you need to be able to get some kind of value. I mean, like, the Orisa's a really, really good hero as well, right? Because it's like you don't want to play the Brig into it, because what are you going to do? You kind of need to be getting the value from the double flex somehow. I'm not even sure if I don't know if I'd hate an Ana. It forces Infected to swap, I think, but I don't know what he'd swap to. Maybe he'd swap the ball or something, but just going to go out on the Juno Brig again. Just going to be the same comp as last round. Try and use our Diva to actually get around. But somehow Infected was the one connecting onto Emre last round more than Hawk was, but
this should be a harder map, though.
Downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, a harder map for being Orisa that is. So for now, Infected will just be anchoring on point as we have a very long-range duel between Tree and Lethal. Hawk can go get involved though, just like that. Swallow an Escanor whole if he wants. We'll be able to do that one onto the backline here, and that is the difference between a D.Va and Orisa on this map. Wow, Hawk was all over this hit scan. Infected was just looking up. Looking up.
Just doing fuck all. Zero's gonna get the trade onto UV late, but Infected hadn't died yet. Vega's probably dead on his way out here too. Maybe Escanor can keep him safe, but right. Should be able to get out himself though. Zero did a decent job stalling point there, but honestly might risk getting run down here himself. Maybe. Nah, he's fine. He is fine. But yeah, I mean, it's like we said, it's gonna be a lot easier for the D.Va to find the timings on the backline. Infected, he needs to be able to leverage point and also threaten backline whilst being a force with no verticality. So I'm not sure how doable that is. Gonna start with a retake from bottom right though.
Needed to swap to a vertical horse, which I believe is actually maybe just D.Va. It's going to be, it's just D.Va. Now onto the backline already. You can see Hawk, he just goes up to the high ground, he drops in. Tree's going to try and rotate around Hawk's timing now. Hawk's been kept at arm's length a little bit by that, and Zero's marking Sugar Free. So now they can move, but oh boy, look at this Team Liquid backline. They are low, they are falling over. Pulse Bomb just onto the floor, so now the floor has a hole in it. The Tree will survive for now onto the high ground. Can actually kill Sugar Free in that one too, but again, Hawk's right there to get the trade again, and all the while they've anchored around point now, but Lethal has the power position, so he hits one with a nade, and they can just come back, group pop of Infected. This will be another fight going the way of SSG.
Yeah, slow cooking ults on the side of Liquid as well. Escanor's 64 on this beam compared to UV's 90. Rally's basically the same. Infected's only just about to get his ult as well. But I keep forgetting the name of this goddamn M-Ray ult. But the M-Ray ult from Lethal, if he can press this advantage early, they can really, like in this alley even, like it's not gonna be bad.
Oh,
that is unlucky death. That is unlucky death. Tree. One on Admiral is though. I don't know how Admiral's dying there. You're gonna pop the overdrive, not clock anyway.
Override protocol. The overdrive, not clock.
Override protocol. Gonna be a beam committal here from UV. Gonna be onto the terrace. Who's gonna get the trade. But a really nice retake here from Liquid, assuming Vega actually dies. Oh my god. And yeah, kind of exactly what you. Wait, why did Vega ult? Vega have to ult? Really?
Well, Hawk's found a trade here, but surely not, yeah. No, they'll get the flip, but they still have Ray, they still have ults, but yeah.
First beam still as well.
It's coming.
It might be first beam still.
Good things come to those who wait.
I've heard that. That's a crispy line. I'm willing to believe it.
Rain to Rally will be a pretty reasonable matchup, and also so will the Override Protocol, which means Admiral's Rally is going to be particularly tricky to get value out of in theory into both of these here, so not great bash options for him at all. He's walking up in May now trying to pack Sugar Free onto the force. He's forced Zero behind to this mini, but Zero can preserve this. They're going to try and walk forward during this rotation as Admiral tries to get involved. It's going to be an Override Protocol in response. They are firing everything at Admiral. He bashes it somehow. He reaches the M-Ray there, but the raid push comes out afterwards from Escanor. They keep pushing forward. Another bash only hits Infected, but again, it's a Brig fighting an Orisa, so Infected is the one walking forward with that Ray. They have to be careful not to give the flip though. They're going to get a touch in the form of Infected, but he's fighting 2 DPS. Infected needs help. Zero will take it over though, and it should be enough now for Team Liquid to stabilize.
It's actually insane how long Admiral survived, considering he was literally in there 1v5. I feel like something had to have been doable by the rest of the team with the amount of pressure he was pulling. But Lethal gonna have this overclock drive thing now to use for this retake. This is this is literally their last chance. Infected has the Terror Surge. UV has his beam coming up. That's usually what he's saving it for. So eyes on Lethal to see if he can get it done. Let's see if Vega can somehow bash him out of the sky with the rally and get the job done on that front.
Zero's trying to get his way into the backline here as they walk forward. Override Protocol from Lethal to starter, and Team Liquid are just going to try and cheat this one for free. Infected is still on point though, so we have to come back and help Infected. He has the Terror Surge if he gets in trouble. He's in so much trouble. He's going to jax it on the point. The rally comes through now, but we need a giant pulse bomb from Zero to salvage this one. Team Liquid in huge trouble, and they tried to full kite it, but they didn't take Infected with them, so it'll just be a really easy anticlimactic way to end what was a very close opening map.
Yeah, I mean, bit questionable to leave your lowest mobility character behind when trying to kite a god ult that can go across 3 zip codes, but they tried it, they failed. They could have
just... Do they not have the ults to fight there?
I feel like they could have fought. Yeah, I feel like
right, they were for rally, the Terror Surge, and
just shoot him. Just rally your Emery and just shoot him a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
shields up
Like,
and just... Because you see it sometimes where, like... We saw it more in the Zarya mirrors, but people would Kitsune rush against the override protocol, and then they would just, like, bubble their Emray to peek back, you know? And then all of a sudden, the ulting Emray is actually forced away by the non-ulting Emray. But yeah, 15-1 for Zero, though, so happy with that. Right, I'm grabbing a drink.
I'm just in a... Do you know who Saikuno is?
Saikuno. Somewhere between Tekuno and Psycho.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I thought that's what you were referencing.
No.
Oh.
Don't worry, mate.
I'm gonna drink.
He's just been twit longer. That's all you need to know. Some random guy you literally don't know at all, that has no relevance to your life, has just been cancelled.
Okay.
Can you give us a synopsis? I'm pretty sure I don't know if he did anything illegal or if he was just like cheating. I'm not entirely sure. The top comment, you know, I'm not gonna read and form my own opinion, but the top comment says he cheated and is a scummy playboy. So what? So that will be as far as my opinion on this matter goes. I'm not gonna read the tweet longer. I don't have time for that. I literally don't really care. Doesn't impact me. It's not in my circle at all. I don't follow anyone involved, so literally nothing to do with me. More centrist than Hunter. GG. This isn't Hunter? No, it's Hunter. Don't worry, it's Hunter. What do you mean you're falling through the gap? Well, it's your entire job, bro. Does this not work? It does work. Hunters and cutes, that's what I'm saying.
Back.
Welcome back, mate. How long are you gonna be live for? Till the end of this game.
What are we talking about? Discord Hello Kitty collection? I actually think I peaked on that marbles cast and it's all down from here. My mouth has turned to jelly.
My brain is actually fried at this point. I'm actually surprised I made it this long.
You reckon you could go another 2 days in you, Jamie?
I could do another 2 days, yeah. I mean, if I slept a bit, I'd be fine. Honestly, actually, I don't know. I think I could do 2 days, like, I'd be fine after the sleep and stuff. It's my throat that's giving out. Like, my voice, it was the same when I did your one. But
it's,
at least with your one, I had the break in between, you know?
Yeah, I think there's like a stamina you build up. I remember when the first ones I did after like the Christmas break, and it was yeah, you just feel my mouth would go after like 2 hours or something. Like the jaw ache I get like right at the I guess what you call it, like the
yeah, that's what you
back
that's
top
what you
of the
say,
jaw.
right? You get jaw ache, right? But
yeah.
for me it's like almost in my Adam's apple it hurts, right? It's just like my throat getting really sore. I also find that I end up having a shit ton of saliva in my mouth like after speaking for a
spittoon.
Time. Excuse me?
A spittoon. That's what they call it, right? You know, the little like cowboys would spit into a spittoon from all their. Is I think mainly used when you're chewing tobacco or when you're casting Overwatch all day. Those are the two main uses.
Those are the two mainstream uses for it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll get a spittoon.
Backbone spittoon is my mouth. You didn't need to say that bluntly, but thanks for sharing.
Some sorts of insight.
This is everyone's here. Everyone can read that. Whatever happened to shame?
Jesus Christ.
Let's get a little good. Thanks, Aggressive Duck. This needs an Ellis look into. All right, we're unpausing on Blizzard World. What's happening ban-wise?
Can we get a resync first? 25,
Sure.
24?
Just works.
23? Just works, okay. Diva ban first out from Liquid. Follow-up ban, Juno from SSG.
Okay, so Diva ban obviously makes a lot of sense on this type of map. Opens up various options for Infected if he wants to go over to the Ball, over to the Orisa,
well, right?
Winston. Yeah, he's not going to want to really take a Diva mirror against Hawk in any situation. SSG are going to try and solve this one. Well, we'll see. It might just be a bubble here on the initial peak. Lethal going to have a little cap-boosted look
every
around.
Blizzard World today? Every single Blizzard World, this has happened today.
It's fun, isn't it? You know, like, let's go see if our Widow can waste a bit of time.
Here for a fun time. Yeah, it's going to be double flex Orisa from Liquid. I mean, it's an interesting one at least. It's a question to answer. They don't have the Diva to do it. I feel like the Zarya Tracer should be enough to do it. Looks like SSG are going to opt into a full flip rotate here, force the double flex to move from the comfortable position, give Sugar Free the opportunity to maybe find a better angle, and just make it harder for them to do anything. Effective playing close corner might make it a bit difficult though.
Nace and Pistol to try and clear it. Should be a little bit tricky for Infected and some of the neutrals once Hawk gets some energy going. Spear back onto Hawk though, as Infected will try and clear some space. And the nade timing's just there, so Tree will get the better of Lethal. And there's a Tracer behind during all of this too. And now Team Liquid player advantage want to swing the corner. Will swing it successfully too. Eyes on the Tracer behind now, but Vega's going to keep himself nice and tucked in with the rest of his team. And we'll just be able to clear this one up. Nice and easy for Team Liquid actually.
Yeah, it's a real rough one for SSG when you do this full minute-long rotation and then you lose this first fight, because now, do you do it again but you have ult disadvantage by the time you actually make it there? Do you just give up and go the harder route main? Real rough decision. Looks like gonna lean more towards main, I think. Doesn't look like we're leaning right side. Escanor farming this Kitsu slightly ahead of UV. I don't know if you can really do the push with the Orisa. It's probably fine, right? So maybe can look for an early push onto Hawk if they see it. Zero on the high ground. It's chilling.
Top left now, but we're about to have a quicker Kitsune rush, so they can go if they want. It's only a few percent, and Admiral's close to beat, so don't know if they're actually going to rush into it. Just happy to play the better position now. Swing onto this Zarya. Keep Hawk on the back foot. Kitsune rushes will be traded now. Chance for a beat over top. Admiral drop that one. Infected has for Terror Surge to try and pull them away. The tree is already dead. Big Terror Surge pulse bomb in as well. Must have been Suzu bubbled off something. They're going to kill Infected through all of it. Vega has dropped for Captive Sun, but only a Tracer I think he caught with that one. Escanor's found one trade as they group back on the high ground, but they need to find a way to touch here. A lot of dinks going through from Vega, but no kills. Zero's going to blink on for the touch. In fact, it's back. They've actually got a recontest out of this.
They're so scared of Vega, Alari. Tree using the overdrive clock over the top now. Hawk falling low. Gonna die with the grab here.
Dead.
Doesn't get it off before death. And yeah, this overdrive clock is so broken. Then all the way out. Infected is on the ball now. And you don't really have any ults to speak of for Liquid, but if we're able to just shoot our guns before they get the point or before they get the grab off, then we're pretty happy.
Yeah, one thing that Team Liquid have been doing a good job on the Orisa, when they were on the Orisa comp, is actually swinging early. So Hawk has to use all of his bubbles early, and he just can never actually swing the corner on his own terms. Now they're just down on ult, so they need to find an early timing to go as well for this one. They're all boxed in now, SSG, looking like they want to come this left-hand side, but there is a ball above them, a slam onto everyone, onto the rotation. No kills. Looking for a little drive-through again, grab onto the high ground. Escanor is caught in that one. One and done, but Hawk dies for this, so it's still on for SSG now, but they are a tank down, pinned into this room as well. Lethal's going to try and clock his way out of this one. He slides to point. He needs kills out of this, though. They're going to try and force the objective. Infected will get one more touch, forced away. Now Zero can take over. Infected has died, but Tree leaps on with the pistol. He's found 2 kills with it as well. Pulse bomb available. Admiral is low. Sugar Free has killed a lot of the backline as well. I think it's a... Is it a 2v2? No, 3v2. Hawk is back, and Sugar Free gets all of the cleanup. So Escanor and Tree, they can't finish it off, but a good amount of time off the clock.
Nice clutch up from Sugar Free there. Good cleanup, good pulse. Is Hawk keeping Doom? Please. Are we in
He's
season
his
1
dong hack.
of he thinks he's him from like 3 years ago when Doom was actually playable.
He was crazy at Doom.
He was so good at Doom. Gonna swap to the Orisa mirror going forward, but one team's got Kirilu, one team's got double flex. The Kirilu team have double ult, double support ult, looking pretty good for them. Tree does have the overdrive clock that he's going to be able to use. Pretty much as soon as he gets it, it's viable here, right? Like I don't even think SSG have a good deep peek into the room because you can just get run down in there. I guess you have a Lucio and they don't, so should be able to run faster, but yeah, it's rough for SSG to start this fight, I think, but that's a good way to do it.
That'll help, yeah. Now they get through without using any of their ults just yet as well. Tree's been poked out too. They've got this high ground position. Zera is behind them, but as long as they can find a way to move Cart, but there's an override protocol, which means everybody has to get out of dodge. Admiral, not out of dodge. Very much in dodge. UV also in dodge.
In dodge.
And Tree, once again, an override protocol just seems to be a guaranteed fight win for Tree and Team Liquid at the moment, and that'll be a full reset on all that space SSG took.
Yeah, Lethal gets caught behind as well, so ends up staggering, wasting a little bit more time. And again, into the double flex, Orisa mirror feels a bit rough for Liquid to ever start. For Spacestation to ever actually get on them and start the fight on this specific point, right? Like you're just gonna have Vega and Escanor above, pocketing their DPS onto the side, unless they get caught by a rotate like this, which maybe if your shift goes like that, but. Oh,
the stun! Oh, the cancel from Hawk. The beat came out to make him survive that captive stun either way, but he gets the stun. Infected is now pushing the backline. Hawk has to play to live. It's going to freeze. I think it's them, not us. Lethal's killed everyone as we unfreeze. We're gonna slip forward in time, but Lethal's got a free K. The payload is moving.
Yeah, and now you're in a position where you really can force the fight with the Lucio Curie, right? Where it's just end of point on the low ground. You have the Kitsu, so does Escanor, but I mean it's eyes on Lethal right? with the over.
Oh, he's dead!
He's dead?
Yeah, Vega's gonna find a second one from the high ground. Kitsune Rush came out, Terror Surge in main from Hawk. He finds a quick trade, but now later Terror Surge from Infected. Zera's killed Admiral. Hawk is slowly wandering away, but they're actually gonna stall it out. Another Javelin connects. Every spear's connecting for everyone right now as Hawk is desperate for the sweet release of death, and Zera will provide. 15 seconds left.
This is a serious scrim. Can we please not stagger? Lethal will be coming back with the overclock, but somehow gonna have to orchestrate a touch here between Sugarfree and Hawk. I don't know if, I mean, Sugarfree looks like he's got an under, so he should be able to get it. This overclock has done absolutely nothing. Sugarfree's gonna lose all of his cooldowns for the initial touch, and he's gonna be forced to do next, which means that he should get run down here, but literally isn't going to happen. Lethal's gonna be the victim of choice instead. Good cleanse, actually, from UV to keep him alive, but Hawk's died on point in the meantime.
Zera's
gonna get the flank again. Give it an extra couple meters for fun, just out of respect, which is, you know, really nice. Pass on to Infected's going to do, again, fuck all. And now there is an overclock drive on point. Beat response from Admiral. Sugarfree's actually found the kill on Escanor. Wait, hold up. This was meant to be unwinnable, but suddenly it's looking pretty winnable. Lethal's going to dodge the end of the overclock drive. Infected's managed to find a pick onto Admiral. He's literally 1 HP. Going to die. Vega's going to trade him back out after. Infected is dead in the middle of this. How the fuck has this happened? Zera is on the point.
It's 1v3, I think.
Escanor's back on the cat. That's how you know you're winning the fight. Vega's on top. He's been good for it so far, to be fair. Actually might be enough to clutch it out. The Escanor cat might be it.
Vega needs to touch.
Isn't there? Vega's touching it with the ult. Tree's back on Widow. Hits two.
Oh my god! Tree's done it! Oh, Vega, Tree gets the cherry on top to actually seal the deal with the two trades back from spawn here, but Vega did so much, keeping that point contested, finding kills, finding trades. The whole reason that second point was even a factor, and we're even stuck here in the first place, is because Vega just found, remember when they had all the high ground position SSG, and Vega just wins a neutral duel with Lethal out of nothing?
Yeah.
Vega has actually saved the second point so much. Incredible. You kind of forget, because we don't see that much Alaria anymore, but do you remember like Esports World Cup 2024 when Vega was just like insane? Like, it's just him and Violet card carrying series. So huge impact for Vega on this one here. Admittedly, you're free a lot of the time in an Orisa mirror on this type of map as Alari, but you still, you know, get an opportunity to carry, you still have to carry, you know? So really impressive from Vega there, and I feel like SSG find themselves in a pretty similar situation to the Blizzard world they played against Dallas Fuel, you know, where their attack felt like they had a lot of opportunities, but never actually closed any of them out and just got held on second.
Gonna be Zarya defense here from Hawk. Think it's sensible, but again for Infected, just gonna be the Orisa still. I think gonna be a Kiri Lumira as well, sensible as well. You don't really want to force the double flex on attack. It's not not as good. These crows look different than normal, I think. Just passing note, I guess. And are we not going to see a Widow peek on attack here? No way. On my business world?
TP out, but just for a faster rotation, but immediately onto Tracer. Team Liquid are all business. They're currently ahead on the attack in terms of progress made at this time on the clock. Still a lot of way to go, but they'll take this high ground immediately. Are they just going to go? Is this going to just be turned into a far right one? Try and flip the map. Maybe leave Zero in this position. Slow and steady now. Zarya's
Hawk's on the choke. The spot infected was. I don't know if the Zarya can hold it as well as Theorissa can, but he's got full energy. Liquid are on point now, but SSG are kind of forced to retake their own objective here.
Yeah, blink damage into the backline now, but Zero's also got a free one, but Lethal's won that duel with Tree here, so now player advantage, and most importantly hit scan advantage means Infected's going to be forced to DP. They might just double down for some trades here if they can find them, but Infected getting fried. They can group up around Hawk, and Hawk can be the raid boss to kill everyone. Zero's still in behind, has had to burn that recall. Is he going to try and stay alive, find a late trade? Defensive bubble, and it's just nothing for Zero, not even a sniff of a kill in this situation, and SSG will get the hold.
Yeah, and again, we're in a situation where you do the far right rotate, you get the flip, but if you lose the fight, it's a minute off the clock. Ult-wise, not too much of a gap either way. Maybe the biggest one is the beat gap or maybe it's the overclock drive for Lethal, which again, as we've spoken about, if SSG are able to just delay long enough for him to get this and get it off, it really just feels like a free fight win outside of some kind of miracle or fuck up from SSG.
Kitsune rush advantage.
See how they get it done.
Yeah, they're going to take a little bit of a walk forward here, so Team Liquid are slowing it down. Zero's going to wait patiently for that Hawk to cross his path. No, not that Hawk, a different one. It's going to be, I think it's an eagle technically as well, actually.
Oh,
but I'm no bird
kited.
Watcher. This Kitsune rush is going to be kited, though. Tree's actually going to kill UV. Bad to worse for SSG. And now the Kitsune rush repush from Escanor is on. Hawk is on the run. The Kitsune rush from Escanor is also comically far away, though. So it's just bad Kitsunes all round. But Hawk is underneath. Zero's going to go for a free pointer there. Doesn't land it. Override and the beat coming back. Team Liquid short on any more ults to invest right now. They just need to weather the storm in this little snack up.
Yeah, they're not quite at their beat or their overclock drive yet. Tree's about to get it, gonna pop it the moment he gets it, I imagine. Yes, he is. He's gonna get grabbed by Hawk. And the beat's around the
separated!
off on Tree. It's actually such a hero play from Hawk. He's falling low now, but he should be fine. He's gonna just about survive. Vega's gonna be the one to die. And it's such a disaster.
It couldn't be a higher value beat, or a higher value grav rather. It couldn't be a lower value beat. Yeah, it's an unbelievable grav, and Vega obviously thinks he's looking to beat around the corner there, but just gets vacuumed into that one. Vacuum starts with an S in my head. Gonna get vacuumed into that one, and it will be. SSG winning that fight. Like how all the names begin with J. Chase out, yeah, if anyone knows that one. Do you guys think a toaster is an essential appliance? Anyway, Infected has the Terror Surge advantage here, so it is one ult versus a whole lot of nothing from SSG as they swing the corner. Spear onto Hawk forces an in, but Lethal on this high ground is a problem that requires dealing with. They just have to play it slow, though. They're trying to poke Hawk out, who is out of bubbles here, and he has a lot of holes in his head now, but there's still a tick to give, so they only have Kitsune rush. Infected with a Terror Surge, pulling him in. Zuzu comes out to save him. Infected's getting roasted after it. He has to take a back step, doesn't make it out here. Hawk kills him in the neutral, but Zero with the trade. 4v4, 15 seconds left. Team Liquid, they have to take the fight. And Zero's got another one. Oh wait, that was my first one.
He's a little low on the side. Hawk's looking forward a bit. I'm a little bit scared about Zero being behind here. Getting some pressure onto UV now. Zero's going to get his recall forced. Kitsune's going to come out from Escanor, answered by UV. Vega's falling low. Ball back by Infected. Tree is very close to the override protocol. So if we can play for that, it's a win combo. So is Lethal. He's at 99%.
Oh,
he's dead.
Zero!
Zero! The pulse is as well. He's going to find Admiral. UV TP's away, but yeah, it doesn't really help Admiral, does it? UV's going to TP away. Not the death, because Hawk's going to get a good bubble. Zero's going to get the cap, and they're actually going to cap. It actually was like such an impossible cap, but they've managed to do it off the back of Zero.
Got the opening trade as well. Finished the job there. Lethal was about to have the override protocol, and we've seen this ult be so devastating in this type of mirror so far on Blizzard World. So killing him at that point gives Liquid a chance. But all of a sudden, this Blizzard World, it's looking like a very even situation now. A 2-minute hold is not a lot to achieve on this Blizzard World second point. Especially they've got the ults to stabilize this high ground as well, right? The grab, the override protocol, beat in the back pocket. Lethal will start it though. Just going to be a full attempted kite here. Escanor doesn't actually take any of that splash. They have quite literally had to run back to spawn, but they will live to tell the tale.
Such an insanely stupid ult. They just have to give up the entire map to it for free. And now, Hawk, he's going to get on the high ground above. They don't want to give this for free. Can't start in a spot where they can flip it. They have to fight into Hawk here. Going to be the overdrive protocol from Tree here now. In fact, it's going to find Admiral in this. The bubble onto Lethal's good to help him fight it, but Tree's just going to ignore it and turn around and shoot everyone else on the team. And wow, it's another fight to win for the Emeralds. Trade onto Infected.
A couple of trades, yeah. Still be just the free push part of it, really, for Team Liquid. But you can see SSG, they're sort of managing the situation a little bit here. They kept holding that grab, they kept holding that beat. They know they can bleed enough time off the clock, and it's essentially going to be final fight no matter what. Thank you, Arnie, for the 2 months Prime as well. But now, it's just a clear grab advantage, and SSG, they'll probably be happy to play this one relatively slow. I'm lying. Hawk is just entered into the backline. He wants this kill right now. Escanor found. Escanor dead. Payload will be stalled out by Sugar Free, but they need to group up now, SSG, and clean up the rest of this. Vega has a beat to turn it if he wants, but it looks like Team Liquid are just trying to get back out main, but they're very split right now. There's people up top, but Vega's found a kill. They've regrouped on the high ground. Now they can get the payload moving. Sugar Free will move back, and SSG, that was not the value they needed out of this grab.
Oh no, it's actually disastrous. Oh my god, it just gets worse and worse. Beat forced by Admiral now on who
what choice?
He's looking to fall to 0 as well. Recall force is just about going to survive, but Hawk is just on point. He doesn't really have any healing. The shield, he picks the shield. He picks it last second to try and zone the healing. Terror Surge on point.
It's just it. It's done.
Oh, it's just so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I thought they kept that grab. They were playing for, like, you know, bleed it out, have grab for one of his last fights when they're forced to touch the point, and then, you know, we can just grab someone on the high ground, guarantee a kill. But they tried to take a super fast fight there with the grab, just throw it in, and did they get Escanor? They sure did. Escanor 10 deaths on that one.
They ruined his fantasy score, for sure.
Yeah, that's bad for my fantasy, but worse for SSG in the match there. So a bit of a weird decision there for Hawk.
Yeah, it was so forced as well. Like, he could only see Escanor, I think. I don't know if maybe Tree just rotated at the perfect time, so maybe he thought he was getting more. But he ran it down on the Kiri, and then you're left in this awkward spot where Infected rotates away, everyone rotates away to opposite side high grounds, and it felt almost inevitable that someone was going to die, and obviously it ends up being Lethal. But, I mean, so many things that map were just egregious from both teams. Like, the UV Kitsu. I don't even remember what round it was, but like on first point, the UV Kitsu, followed by the Escanor Kitsu. That grab push, like so much of it is just not good enough, truthfully. But yeah, well played by Liquid to punish the mistake, right? Like that's the big thing, right? But yeah, Christ, from it should have been a full hold to.
It's such a good situation on second, right? 2 minutes on second point is really hard. Like, Blizzard World second point, we've seen it sort of time and time again in these series. Just a really tough one to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, 50 seconds on the clock, you have massive ult advantage, you're in one fight territory. I don't see the logic on forcing a grab fight. Like, if it comes to you, sure, but why force it so hard?
Yeah, because it felt like even if they won that fight, and let's say they cleaned up afterwards, because that was one of the big problems, right? Not that the grab didn't find its value, but
they couldn't clean up after.
They had a 5v4, and that didn't then just turn into a full team wipe. Like, if they got maybe a slow team wipe there, then the last touch is really awkward, and maybe it all sort of works out. But this one really doesn't. Even if they just won that grab cleanly, they probably was a full another fight for Team Liquid there. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was like 53, 54 seconds left on the clock, so.
Points on the board, though. Going to be 13.5 for Tree, who's the big winner there. 10 for Zera. 4 for Escanor, which is not as good. 7.5 for Vega, obviously boosted by that Alari half as well. Infected with a 4.5. Sugar Free, the biggest winner on the SSG side with 6.5. But yeah, fairly even. Pretty high deaths on both sides, except for... Well, mainly just Zera, really, with only 4 deaths. These are the drops. Watch Point Gibraltar. And I believe this was the Diva ban invested already from Team Liquid. Is that on first
Yeah.
point? No, it wasn't, right?
They did it a lot. They did it on Blizzard World. They did it
Oh, did it on Blizzard World. Okay, yeah. So, while Gibraltar hasn't been a map we historically associate with, and once the Diva's open, it's actually quite reasonable for SSG. So I imagine this could be maybe a Bull ban, force Infected to either Diva, Mirror, or Winston. Or, depends which one they want, right? They could either ban Bull to force Winston, or ban Winston to force Bull.
Yeah.
My Winston's halfway rotated now, thank you. You're welcome, Winstanners. They banned Bull map 1. Oh, true, yeah, so it's it's actually going to be a Brig ban instead. So yeah, they're just going to ignore it, let Infected choose whichever one he wants. Instead, ban the Brig. So they don't have to worry about protecting the Diva. They ban the Brig, they empower Hawk. There's a Tracer ban in response here, so expecting this will turn into potentially Genji. Maybe Vendetta possible for Team Liquid if they're obviously going to expect a Diva. Jamie has no interest.
Sorry,
He has no interest.
I'm answering chat. What was the question?
Possibly Tracer banned here, so potential for Genji or maybe some Vendetta, especially from Liquid into the Diva.
Yeah, I'd assume that it's probably more Vendetta leaning, considering you got the Diva existing. I think Vendetta's probably still better than Genji for the most part, but Sugarfree's been very open to picking the Genji, I think, right? Like more than most people, which fair enough.
Oh, Infected's just going to take the Diva mirror here. Team Liquid are out spawn on this defense. And Infected will just do it. Interesting, we're going to see Kiri Lucio as well. TVNT thinks Infected will win this. So he has TVNT's blessing, which will surely be... It has to be a good omen, really.
TVNT also said Geeke with 3 OVP.
He said 3-1 as well, so he was in kind of a
so
ballpark,
he was wrong both times.
Yeah, but he was more right than everyone who said VP would win. He was more right than most.
Just
guys, they are lagging.
Simcats are good,
TVNT.
honest Overwatch. Good, honest Overwatch here from SSG. Just gonna sit on point and shoot our gun. Sugarfree's nearly dead already. Never mind. And he's dead. Goodbye.
Sitting on the point, shooting our gun.
I don't know how playable this is if they have a
queue.
Vendetta. It feels pretty rough, but not unplayable for sure. But just rough, you know.
Yeah, going to swap onto the Emre here. I presume the cast start was obviously works nicely with the Sim and maybe a chance for that punish onto Vendetta, but Emre just probably a bit tanky with that pistol. It's a TP underneath here. Now they're going to go get the cart back as well, and this is just the name of the game. Keep that payload moving. Do not let Infected stay on point for too long. Full beam going. The most dangerous timings will be these Vendetta timings here. Little TP, but it's just a fake. They just want the cart. They don't want to TP onto you. All they have is the interest in the objective. They'll kill Zero if he's there too long, though, so that's going to really dislodge his payload now, and they can get it moving. Drop in from Tree. They want kills. They're going all in pistol. Matrix, everything used defensively. Escanor finds one. Tree will find a second. Tree will get traded out by Hawk, though. How many? It's just a bit of a dogfight now, but Hawk is cleared up too. Sugarfree has been alive the whole time. So that's for Diva fried on point, and his payload keeps moving.
Yeah, and they're gonna have all advantage. Actually, not even that true. They don't even have. I mean, I guess the 0 to Sugarfree is the big ult advantage gap. Other than that, I think we're really in this as well. So should see equal ults coming out from both sides. See if maybe you get a disengage going from SSG here, and then like a re-engage after using the TP. Both sides a bit scared to walk up too far though and cross the line and just get caught.
Yeah, Hawk's going to get spikes on his way out as well, so slows it down for a second. SSG on the verge of a huge ult bank. Everyone's on the verge of a huge ult bank. Tree's going to get flown on here. Hawk can't find the kill. Has the bomb if he needs it, and boy does he need it. But Vega dies with B. Override Protocol out there trying to find some kills. Hawk can't get back in mech as his Kitsune rushes are traded. And oh, the bomb! Everything just connects at the same time for Liquid, and despite that, Hawk not getting back into mech really changes the course of all of that, and Team Liquid give a hold.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disaster, but at least you still have better ults because Zero's not quite there yet on his. If you can get the point and drop this wall, even if you have to use the beat to get there, presumably they'll beat push after. Like, it's a rough one. Liquid are going to choose to just fight early. They're going to commit the beat. That has to not be good. That has to be terrible. Okay? What, we've gotten 15 seconds for our beat. What is this? What is this? No way this is good. Gonna have to do it again.
We're gonna have to do it again now because they're low on ults. They're gonna kind of have to Everyone back behind the sofas. It's a second surprise party for Sugar Free. We're all going to have to jump out on him again as he comes around the corner. Infected will be forced back, though, so TP onto Coast, and yeah, they're going to go Coast here, so it doesn't look like they'll be able to find that. Liquid have to set up for another one. It's going to be an early beat as they shift in here. Sundering Blade thrown into that from Zero as well. They've deleted him through it. Nice beat.
Zero ulted, right?
Yeah, Sundering Blade just cut through so much of that,
Yeah,
so they just absolutely delete him on Coast. So it looked like SSG had found a way around the ambush there, but instead just got smashed on it. And again, still have the Simwall, still a significant ult, but they have to get in position to actually use it on point, because they don't want to use it here for the rotate. They want to push with it.
They might have to at this point. Might have to use it for the rotate.
Zero underneath again.
Make something work on point. They're gonna get the TP straight through. Admiral and Ruby are both one though. Yeah. It's so cooked. Sugar Free's alive for now, but Infected wants him.
13 HP.
He's gonna trade him. Gonna get traded himself though, but these trades have to be favoring Liquid over SSG at this point.
Tank
Tree,
advantage.
very unfed M-Rage rule there between Lethal and Tree. I don't approve of that one, but Fork still in the mech, gonna be able to get some cleanup. But I think Liquid. They don't get to touch this, right? No way.
I mean, Infected can if he wants, but I don't know. Then Escanor
but
can maybe TP on late, but they're not going for it now. They're just going to regroup. Hold on to the second point now. Still a pretty reasonable first hold, everything considered. Remember, this is SSG's ban situation. They are on Sim in the Diva Mirror as well. They're on also just a Diva Mirror, which is Hawk versus Infected. A few people have been talking about this Gibraltar as well, talking about how second point's just impossible to defend now too.
Yeah, it doesn't feel super easy. Like, kind of all of the oppressive nature of it feels like it's been flipped. It's hard to peek. Like, it's hard to peek as the defending team. Gonna be an overdrive clock here out from Tree response. Kitsune from UV. Nothing to speak of yet from Escanor. Maybe not needed though, to be fair. Tree's actually gonna be the one getting found in the middle of this. So now you're in one fight territory for the point. You're gonna get chased down here.
Undefendable.
Vega falling low. They're gonna get out. Not too great. Tree's gonna be the swap to the Venture. Ben DPS line out.
Yeah, Override Protocol from Lethal feels a little bit early. Forces at least a Kitsune Rush out early in response. Still big splash damage here. Infected a little bob up to deal with that one. Here comes one of the Vs onto that high ground too. And they've just backed it up now for SSG. Force that Kitsune Rush 1-for-1 trade out. Vega has beat advantage if they want to go. And they've wanted to go in every situation they could with his beat advantage. They get Admiral, so no chance to get the last 20% of that. And it'll be a clean wipe with that beat push here.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for this fight, right? Whether or not it's the best looking into the future, but I mean, I guess you've got then squared DPS line, just making it so the Sim team has to come in again, has its own value, of course, right? So you can make an argument for it. I mean, this is actually so fucked up. You've got a Ven hiding on one side and a Ven hiding on the other. How do you get through it?
Every door is covered. There's a Lucio to boop, any sort of high ground one as well. Everything is off the cards. Sugar Free nearly has the sim wall though, so even though they're going to TP on top, they've skipped through all of them. What if we went top? Sugar Free finds his way through. They're going to boot that away. Venture and Vendetta come in looking for trades here. A difficult comp not to trade at, but if they get to point, Admiral has the beat. They've got to point. Sundering Blade is out. B comes through. Sugar Free trying to be evasive with this one. Is evasive. This time, they all live. There's a sim wall soon if they need it. Everyone with a chance to dive in, but Infected's going to be forced to bomb right now. Big pressure onto the backline. They kite inside. Bomb is out too. Tree's trying to get the touch, but Sugar Free has his full beam. And if they keep Sugar Free alive here, he can just carry in this situation. Infected, a single trade. It's not enough. Second point will go to SSG as well.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think with double Ven Lucio, it should be impossible for them to just get a TP through, but we forgot about the TP on top of ship somehow. Not quite sure how, but it can happen. Third point is fairly front to back. Tree's gonna make the swap over to the M-Ray now. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to get the same value out of the sim as you would on the other points with the rotates maybe, but you know, the hero's still decent in Diva versus Diva, I think it's fair to say. Still going to get good value. Kiri up here for both sides. See who pulls the trigger on it first. It's going to be Escanor. Copied by UV, but all of SSG is so low already, you have to feel like it's not going to go their way. But I was right. It's literally not going their way.
But, nope, I'm right. Yeah.
But, no but.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush is actually, so that Kitsune Rush mirror, if the Kitsune Rushes are on top of each other, but one team has a Venture and a Vendetta with increased like damage and attack abilities, it feels so broken actually to try and be a Diva or anything playing on that. Kind of just have to give it. They have the override protocol coming back now in the form of Lethal, who's having a hard time getting out in this top area, actually. Then they're going to have Beat after it as well. Team Liquid pretty close on all of these ults. It's still a fairly even trade, but if we can get to a more open space of the map here, SSG, we use very liberally here, then the override protocol is going to be hard to mark for Zera in particular, but need to get through this initial choke, and Team Liquid really seem to have ramped up the tempo on this defense.
Yeah, did not say that word around Chris, please, you will make him upset. Early beat here in response from Admiral. Hawk's going to find Tree in the middle of it. Admiral's going to get his life traded away. Zera and Escanaut, yep, should both be dead. Vega's now in no man's land. This should be like the continuation of the push, but a trade or two could make it bad. UV trade's probably the best trade to get, right? The best trade for SSG, right? Because he's going to TP straight back through.
But Vega did not advantage.
Yeah, you're probably hard pressed to win this fight if you're SSG, but I'm sure they'll find a way. I'm sure someone will opt into getting magic picked. Let's just see.
Giant bomb. Need a big old bomb from Hawk in this situation. They're going to dive onto it, beat aggressively from Vega as they push forward for kills. They're going to find Admiral, 1 kill secured. Big slash onto the backline here. Sugarfree's traded Vega, but it's still numbers advantage for Team Liquid. Hawk still has a bomb. They've traded 2 kills actually here, but the Vendetta is going to be able to do so much on point. But they're actually forcing Zera back. Not enough bucket on this one. Escanor nearly has it. Infected's going to have to try and play his life as well. Sundering Blade from Sugarfree should be able to get the D-Mech now. Escanor's low as well. Dies to UV, 99 to Kitsune Rush, but bomb goes out, kills UV, who had Kitsune Rush as well. Someone use a bloody Kitsune Rush. Hawk is not going to get back into mech on Babastium. Sugarfree has to touch. Team Liquid will stabilize here, and everyone will keep their Kitsune Rushes for a rainy day.
Better than Ultra Toilet is what's being put in chat right now. And, I mean, I don't know.
Rainy Day Tracer? There's no Rainy Day Tracer.
A good push in the end for SSG for sure, right? Considering it looked like they were going to get full held. Getting it basically to the end of the map, probably take that. I assume they're not going to opt into the sim on defense, probably just going to play like Ben Emre, something along those lines. Maybe they'll play the Genji. Who knows? I bet they do.
Thank you for the wall.
Yeah, I wonder what Liquid will do on the attack. I wonder if they'll probably just play this more of the same, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like we're just gonna have a pure mirror for second round. Honorable Overwatch. Same 5 heroes on each.
I think
each
no reason.
That's all I ever want to see.
Yeah, I think if you're Team Liquid, you're kind of happy with that, honestly. Not really one you're expected to be favoured in here. Obviously, SSG taking you to this map, ban situation, etc., etc. You take a Diva mirror with Infected, and you're getting the hold on third point. It's winnable for sure. We'll see if they opt into the same type of thing here on the attack in terms of the Venom Vendetta. Might be the Venom Vendetta, the Venom Ven, the Venture 2. But I feel like the Venture on the attack is probably particularly tricky in some of these situations.
Yeah, I don't think it's great. Tree Widow pick to open up though, thoughts?
Yep, this one always works. It's going to be Team Liquid, all business.
We'll see if they have an easier time getting caught around this first corner than SSG did, because it did take them a while. Hawk's already going to get forced back, so that's the first part of the corner done. Should be able to get one more drop if he chooses to. Gonna opt out of that one, I think. Or no, opt in, but very quick opt. Wait, he fucked up his jump.
Uh-oh. Hawk's in big old trouble here. He's got no suit. He's going to have to reset quickly here, but that's going to be a big old opening for Team Liquid to get all of this free cart push immediately. And that's going to be a chance to set up forward. No real ults charged on either side because that fight was over so quick. And that's just a freebie.
I mean, I'm literally a relegation coach, but I would advise that players don't do that. Not dying on that first corner, probably not optimal to do. Hawk is going to manage to sneak through bottom right a little bit. Admiral's going to be taking a little cheeky duel with Infected on the top. But I think SSG are very boxed in the corner here. Lethal was going to realise it and try and open them up a little bit on bottom right, but he might make himself susceptible to Infected here, who's gearing above him, looking to drop. Ball's just taking so much damage. Lethal is falling low. Boot from Admiral's good, going to keep him alive for now, but Hawk's been found by Vendetta again. It's over.
Oh dear, yeah, big old slash onto Lethal as well, takes his head off. Sugarfree can trade that one, but Hawk is still got his suit, technically. Infected might lose his suit as well, so everyone's getting out of mech. The cap's gone through though, so it's all just trade what you can, get the kills, the ult charge, etc. Escanor looking for the cleanup. Should be good for it too. Him and Vega will live, the payload will start moving. 5-minute time back, great start for Liquid on first point.
Yeah, looking scary considering it's an SSG map pick at this point. Not exactly what you want, because I mean, as some people have said, this second point pretty hard to defend.
Undefendable.
Undefendable. Undefendable, some have said. Not me. I would never say such a thing because I know it would bite me in the ass instantly. But early overclock drive here from Tree. Not really anyone to shoot at with it though. Sugar Free's actually going to find the kill onto Escanor during it somehow, despite the fact that everyone ran, and Hawk's going to... I mean, of course Hawk's going to get the trade when Escanor's dead. I don't know why I'm surprised about that one, but... I'm no AI, so I don't know about the maths on this one, but I think losing an ult fight where you're the only one that uses an ult isn't good.
That was for fight. I saw the override protocol. Escanor died completely unrelated to that event somehow, and yeah, was Sugar Free just hiding or something? Either way, it's a really bad ult fight for Team Liquid, and now SSG are going to have all 5 ults in the back pocket here as they try and do the impossible and defend for rework Gibraltar second.
Yeah, no one could defend this undefendable point for like 5 minutes straight.
As pointing.
I mean, it's a mid-off of the Kiris right now, I swear.
Case in point.
Perma pre-fight picks from both. UV's gonna put his hand up this time, say, I got this one for you, Escanor. And now we're in 1-fight territory. Both teams have basically every ult. Tree's the only one missing it, so it's just gonna be, can Lethal somehow find something? Can the Vendetta somehow find something? And can everyone else do their best to survive?
Kitsune trade comes out as well. Beats available for both Lucius. Admiral's going to go first. Hawk's actually demeg, but he has for Bomb. Vega with the later beats are now coming out of this one. Sundering Blade from Sugar Free to try and clear the point. Trying to line it up with them behind. Forces for deep peek here. They want to force the objective in, but the touch is good. Counter one from Zero catches Sugar Free. Now he's got eyes on the backline here. Big damage onto both of them, but Zero will be on the chase for this one. He wants UV. Vega's going to go in. Zero will take UV with him too. Infected still has the bomb if he needs it, and he just might, honestly. He's going to be trying to clean this one up. Will be forced out of Meg. Booped away from point as well, but Admiral will fall. Hawk just in the baby. One more touch from Sugar Free, but now there's a full HP Diva behind him. Suzu on. They need more help. Trying to pocket Sugar Free through everything, but he's got to kill an entire Diva, and he cannot. There's an override protocol from Lethal. Oh no. Second point will fall.
Yeah, I mean, Hawk, Zarya swap, very reasonable on this last point. Very much needed, considering we're getting the worst of it right now. Yeah, obviously no Tracer to swap to, since it is literally banned, so it's just going to be the old meta at this point, I guess. But if you're Liquid, you got 4 minutes, you kind of need to win like a fight and a half, maybe even, like with how much you're just going to be allowed to push cart here. Tree has the override protocol to start this fight when they feel like they can't push the cart anymore, and it's... I'm sorry, bro. I'm literally just...
We're all good. It's actually so much damage off this one from Tree, and he's going to get lethal. You thought you were in spawn? It's still not safe. Tree's going to take the high ground position now. Admiral's going to have a little look at that and decide, I cannot do shit about that. Hawk is taking the most elaborate route out, but he might have actually baited Infected to lose his mech. Not quite. But will be a reset on the corner. Now Admiral has the beat. Vega is just behind on the beat. But SSG probably don't really need to force the issue in a lot of these engages. They can just play to absorb. Don't let Infected one-shot anyone. Don't let anyone get a free swing. And then just match ults as they need from this position.
Yeah, should be really happy to sit and chill. Liquid, though, not their style. They love a beat push. Admiral just about going to dodge the overhead. Going to get the counter beat off himself. Kitsu coming up for both sides soon. Everyone's kind of getting a bit split. No one's died yet somehow, which is kind of amazing. Hawk's actually the one looking in the sketchiest position, is going to survive. And now I assume we're just going to see the exact same thing with Escanor's ult when it comes up. Because again, SSG shouldn't really pull the trigger first here. They don't want to force this. They don't want to end up using the Kitsu and having Liquid wipe. So just going to chill. Just going to be a nice little slow wait until Escanor does that.
Kitsune Rush comes out now. UV will mash that one immediately. Tree finds the pick onto Lethal, though. They could do with a response here. They're getting very close towards that grab now as they push forward. Infected still has the bomb to clear point, and we are in last fight territory. Big slash over top from Zero. Bomb comes out as well. They have to deep-peek that one. Grab in the back is huge. Hawk is so low. He finds one. He kills Tree as well. But the trades are good. Zero's killed him. And Team Liquid, they're going to take Gibraltar from SSG. A Sundering Blade to ensure the job is finished. And it is Team Liquid take the lead in the series.
I mean, it's actually a disaster for SSG, right? Like, it's your map pick. I know we're paid shills here, but it's your map pick. You get to play comps you want. You get to play the Diva Mirror, which you should really feel like you should be winning against Liquid, right? Like, you should really be thinking that you're gonna be able to like play the Hawk advantage over Infected, but it just doesn't work. The sim stuff looked rough at times as well, honestly. Like, it didn't look super clean. I don't know how much of that is just the reality of Vendetta. Infected 41-6.
Bloody hell.
I love Diva.
I mean, TVT actually called it. And if there's one guy, I guess whose opinion we should trust about Diva, Probably TVNT. Yeah, 41 and 6. That's pretty good. Pretty good. 35 and 8 for Tree in the mix of that. Zeros with a 33 and 7.
20k damage.
He was shooting some
He had a
stuff.
4k damage gap on lethal. What the fuck?
All right. Oh, the numbers are up. Thank you very much. Let's so see if my Team Liquid Gambit is paying off, eh? Escanor with 14. Oh, wait, that's total so far. Let's do Gibraltar first. So it was 1 for Admiral, 0 for Lethal. Who told me to get Lethal? Escanor got a 7.5, Vega a 9.5, 16 for Infected in that map alone, 12.5 for Zera, 13 for Tree. 3 maps in, total score so far. Escanor's at 14, the lowest, but he's also the cheapest. Vega 19, Infected 21.5, Zera 30.5, and Tree 32. Highest is on the other side is Hawk on 20.5. Turk is not lethal. Turk is not lethal.
I've got a completely non-reactionary, well-adjusted individual comment after that map. Is SSG the worst team of all time?
Yeah, well, thanks for keeping this on a level here and not overreacting.
John TW, thank you for the Prime, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate you, go. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's a particularly bad one. Feels like a bit of a gut punch. How many matches are remaining?
For sure it is, right?
This is the last map, yeah, or not the last map, the last series.
You're gonna have to win on Liquid serve at some point now too. But that really should, like, it really feels like it should just be a slam dunk for SSG, right? You have the sim stuff as well, but it just didn't work out. So
it wasn't that close either, really, you know.
No, it really wasn't. Like, they should have been full held, honestly. They should have been full held. They nearly lost on second as well, I think, for the most part. Like, it was a rough second attack, and then third, obviously they don't get the full cap, and then all of their defense looked just shit, honestly. Like, it did not look clean. I don't know how the fuck you're meant to defend second point, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, but the first part of second point feels so awkward now unless you can hold quite literally the choke, but you can't hold the choke unless you win a fight in that awkward to hold bit here. Which I guess is maybe, to be fair to Liquid, why they just immediately beat pushed in a way. Like, even though it's like bad for the economy, but it's a fight. You win a fight. I think the beat push was
fine. Like, the one on second I think was fine, right? Because as long as you expect the fact that they're gonna look for a TP flip, you're suddenly on a comp, like, you know, if the sim gets through, you're fucked, but you're playing a comp where the sim should be really hard to get through, but then they just let them TP through onto the main high ground in front of them all. Probably a bit rough at that point, but I think it's like denying the sim comp the space by over-ulting the fight before to then make them have to re-earn it, and because that's obviously when the sim comp is at its weakest, right? When you're retaking the space and you're having to use the TP to get in. Like, if you're able to stop that, that's going to be the rough part, but if you don't stop it, bit shit. Surabasa pick from SSG now.
Malgaban, maybe? They've used Wrecking Ball, Juno, and Brigban. So Malgaban here. Force Infected right. Onto the... Oh, okay, they're going to ban Sigma. I mean,
it's just a tank effect, right? Like,
yes, I guess it's because Zarya ban hasn't been used.
Zarya, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Zarya ban hasn't been used, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, D.Va ban has, but not Zarya, so...
So they just want to play Zarya, yeah.
So they're going to want to play Zarya here. They may be happy to let the Malga go through then, I guess, is the sort of follow-up to that. It's going to be a Kiri ban instead.
I feel like... I don't know if you... I don't know if you are when the Kiri ban is still open. Because if you're on, like, D.Va Kiri Lu, you're happy to play into Malga. If you're on Zarya Kiri Lu, you're happy to play into Malga. If you're on Zarya Juno Kiri, I feel like you're happy to play into Malga. I don't know if you're happy to play Zarya, like, Brig Juno into Malga. I don't think you're fine to play D.Va. So I don't know if this is, like, perhaps a bit of an oversight. I'm not sure.
It feels like they want the Malga here. Like, that's the
theory. Go on.
I was going to say, it feels like they want the Malga here, right? Because they could give the exact same tank protect ban while also taking out the Malga, so... Yeah. Why not just do that, unless you specifically want to... Like, you know, like, why wouldn't you just do that? Because it's also SSG's first ban in the series, right?
Yeah. So you won't get the option to...
There's like a weird argument that you want to leave them in a situation where they have to protect ban tank on the last map. Remember, the last map is push, so we are kind of just in brawly maps now, no matter what. So maybe they want to just force a ban protect or something there, but that can still just be a Zarya ban, right, for Hawk, so it's not like it really actually puts Liquid in an uncomfortable position. And once you get to that level of like future planning, it gets a little bit like really convoluted and
yeah, it gets really
hazy.
hindsighty as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on this one because I feel like Liquid get to just play Mauga now and be happy. Like, unless SSG have like a certain backline cook that Mauga's not great into, but I don't know what backline that would be. And any backline it would be, I feel like the D.Va swap with the Juno Brig for the Mauga team is probably enough for it to then be winning again. Because obviously you got to bear in mind Tracer's going to be open too. So any double flex stuff, if you're one swap off with D.Va Tracer. Yeah. I mean, maybe you have the argument that Infected doesn't want to go D.Va, but he literally just packed you in on D.Va. I feel like he'll swap it if it's just a really good D.Va point or like matchup.
Two things. Can I just point out, like all names, Jack and Johnny, 2 names that begin with J. Also, Smex, dude, where is Backbone's channel? Can never find this guy. He's guest hosting Hunter's channel. He's hiding.
I'm literally not there.
He's Hunter for the day.
Pretty hard to find. I am curious what. I mean, maybe it's possible that they have some kind of leak as well. That maybe they don't want to play Mauga here. Like maybe Liquid don't want to play Mauga, so it's not an issue. So it is just like protect tank and save the Mauga ban from map 5. Maybe I don't know though. In fact, it's hovering Orisa. It looks like it's just going to be Orisa. Maybe NA are at a point where they feel like they can just play the Orisa into the Mauga, right?
Yeah, well, Infected swaps it earlier, right? Just swapped off the Mauga into the Orisa mirror, but Sigma might be a good answer to the Orisa, maybe especially like first fight here. We've seen Infected play it multiple times on this map, and first point is in general a slower point, and for Sig probably does outmatch the Orisa in that situation. But with the Sig ban, they're just going to Orisa mirror here, and really eyes on Sugarfree as the person maybe most liable to stick, but he's not going to stick. Just going to be Juno, Brig, Tracer, Emre for both teams. A straight up mirror, SSG fighting to keep themselves alive in the series. Yeah,
one last Mauga comment. Again, we're relegated in that, but we were very much of the opinion that because Mauga crit works through Fortify now, that it's a winning matchup for Mauga into the Orisa, or it's at the very least even. So I don't know if this checks out, but I suppose if both teams are buying the theory, it doesn't matter if it checks out or not. Zero's going to have this side flank here. Point's going to unlock early pressure on it. It's going to go over to SSG. Infected's taking a lot of damage on the walk up here. You've got to prefer SSG space for actually getting this point control. Escanor's falling really, really low. So is Tree. Good pressure onto backline. Yumi's falling low himself here. Admiral's going to double pack him. Zero's doing his best. He's so low. He's so low. He's got to go. He's still alive. Oh my god.
W Bucket, Ollie. Yeah, W Bucket from Ollie to keep the UV alive through all of that, while Sugarfree finds one on the other side. So they will win quite literally a trade of that, and with that healing advantage, they'll walk forward. Zero does eventually get UV, but the damage is really very much done, and SSG will be taking that first fight there.
Yeah, I mean, another world, a bit of that Tracer spread crits instead, and UV's just dead, and it's really winnable, but we are not in that world, unfortunately. And worth noting, Lethal's opted into Sojourn instead of the Emre. The overclock is a fairly good answer into the overdrive clock. You know, guys in the sky can shoot him quite well, but not having that still hurts. Both speed rings out for both teams. Not really going to get much with it, and Lethal's dead.
Lethal's dead. Yeah, it's just a nade kill, and yeah, it feels like a free retake written all over it here. And we all know how Chris feels about free retakes. Going to be Admiral just accepting his fate, dying on point, taking the capture percentage. One at a time here to get the most out of it, and will just have to be a retake.
Yeah, I looked away. Lethal died and they won the fight. Huh?
Yeah, Lethal died and they just sort of left and died slow on point.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay.
Free retake, Chris is raging.
Chris punching the air, but not the good type right now, okay? Like the angry type of punching the air. Tree, gonna pop the overdrive clock, gonna miss his nade up. Probably a good thing since he needed to get through. Taking a lot of damage from Lethal though. Misses the shot to kill him. A lot of pressure on him. Sugarfree, the pulse of the Vegas good though. Admiral's one as well. Terrasage is gonna actually clean up some of SSG, but Sugarfree's still in the backline trading away. UV should be next, you would think, but not before Escanor goes down out of respect. UV's still alive in the back here as well. This should just be a nice little clean up for SSG.
Zero's back.
Not quite how he managed to dodge it there, but yeah, good for SSG.
Yeah, Team Liquid going to just try and keep this one contested as long as they can. Torpedoes round the corner don't find a connect, so Zero will be milking every last percent out of this point now before backing it out with his team. Ray was committed there from UV. Escanor still does not have the Ray. He is whatever the opposite of the builder is on the Ray. Always a little bit slow on these ones. So insert your own punchline here. It's the end of the night. It's going to be an aggressive fight on Coast right now. Rally versus Rally. Vega will mash that one defensively. Still has the bash, actually. Terror Search in, though the bash connects on that one. The combo is good. Escanor will not be getting to this Ray. And the opposite of the builder. the Architect, the Bureaucrat. For project manager.
Surely the architect isn't the opposite of the builder. And in the interest of keeping it fair, you know, Infected might have been getting the better with the Diva Mirror last series, but Hawk's winning on Orisa against him right now. So, you know, don't say biased or anything, you know? I mean, I am biased. You know, SSG, they treat me well. I want them to win. But don't say I'm biased, please.
Alright, coming up onto the high ground now. Overclock out from Lethal, looking for some heads to click on. Ray will come out, but Escanor's giving him a wiggle. It doesn't actually save him at all. Sugarfree will trade that one. Sugarfree hits a pulse bomb as well. They have no backline. They're still getting kills out of this Ray push, but as the Ray push fades, but Zera's just smoked UV here. Might just be a bit of a Tracer show on this one, honestly. Will just be Sugarfree going down eventually to Infected, but both backlines are just getting dismantled by Tracers at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like kind of what happened is people started playing Juno Brig, people realized Tracer's broken in it, the Tracer players get the dopamine of playing Tracer again, and then they're just like, oh, just play it into Kiryu. You know, and that's kind of how we've ended up where we have. But it's fair to say, Tracer into this backline does farm
stuff.
Admiral knows Zero is coming from behind, hits the whip shot on him. Good job, Admiral. Appreciate you, Ollie. Nice job winning the marbles earlier. Infected on point, taking a lot of damage early. Actually, don't know if he's going to be able to get topped up. Tree with the overdrive clock from the side. Lethal no-regs his shot.
He's just getting pushed in.
Yeah, and now this should just be easy cleanup for Big Tree. Gonna get traded for love of the game. Trying to help out the Hawk fantasy players. I don't know how many of them there are. Actually, probably quite a few. He's on one of the good teams in the region. You'd expect him to be in a lot of people's fantasy. So, thank you, Hawk. Yeah, thank you, Tree. Thank you, Hawk. Cheers. My brain is gone.
Yeah, this is a long, winding letter written by Jamie O'Neill at just before
I don't even know
midnight
who
on
I'm
the
thanking
10th of
anymore.
April.
Vega's
on a flank.
hello?
Little Vega flank. He's on the back line now. He's playing for the trades.
What?
He's got everything as well. It's actually worked out really nicely. Zero with a late pulse bomb throw in there as there is a late contest coming through. But they're going to get a Hawk on the point as well. Hawk and Sugarfree are there, but no heals. And I don't think there's really an exit plan here. Hawk's going to get stunned on the way out. The Ray from UV. Hawk's going to get back on point. Oh, he didn't have enough horsepower to make it to the point in time, and this Ray will be a waste. Team Liquid take the point.
Like, this is what I mean when you can't tell me that these teams are good, okay? Like, I'm not saying the EU is even much better. I'm aware I'm a relegated coach. But what was that? Like a 3v5 beam committal at 1 HP into the Orisa taking the longest path to point into a 4C9. What is anything? Anyway, good bounce back from Liquid, 100-0. Nice of them to waste the ult there at the end. Escanor still doesn't have his beam yet, because why would he? Sugarfree has the pulse on the side. Zero doesn't have his yet, so no Tracer shenanigans, presumably for Liquid. Rowdy here from Vega. Terrasite just wants from Hawk. No pulse out yet. Gets it. Gonna be dropped by Vega. Nice job from him. Still no beam yet to speak up from Escanor. Point flip's gonna go SSG's way. Escanor falling low. Good field from Vega. Still no beam yet. Has it now. Gonna pop it. Looking towards Hawk. Falling low. Sugarfree's gonna get caught in the back by Vega. Done a good job marking this fight, gotta be said. And yeah, I mean 20% for free to SSG feels a bit rough if you're Liquid.
Yeah, they'll get it back and clean up afterwards there. The raid did come out in the end from Escanor. Did die during it, which seems to be a little bit par of the course, but they can get a little stagger onto Admiral here as well. So now a chance for SSG on this retake. They're going to have the Overclock and Rally. Both pretty good ults for retaking space, but Team Liquid, it really feels like they're probably going to try and take the initiative on this one. Try and hit a Terror Surge as SSG try and push in. Maybe Zero has a Pulse Bomb opportunity for all of it. Again, no Suzu's available, so these Pulse Bombs, if they stick, they really will stick. They're coming round with an overclock to start it right now. They give a little bit of space here, trying to bait him in, but here comes Infected. Terror Surge pulls him in. Pulse bomb over the top. Was bubbled, I think, there actually there. So now Admiral with a clear rally push. No ults available from Team Liquid. They're going to try and kite this one. They need time for Tree to get this override protocol online. Need to be a little bit careful, but Infected cannot get out. It's just going to be a die on point instead. Sugar Free should be able to claim all of these. Zero will find one trade. Recall out as well. Escanor on point, so they'll just take the easy kills first. Zero, last one to die on point here, but they'll get it all the way up to more or less 99, and Team Liquid just one retake required.
Yeah, one retake required. Has the rally, has the overclock drive. SSG coming up on a beam, and Sugar Free has the pulse. Both the Tracer players are good for the pulse, so maybe the pulse will be enough, truthfully. But you'd have to assume that as long as Tree's able to get into the right position here, maybe get one bubble out before going in an ideal world, Hawk should just die. He's close already, use one bubble. I have a feeling it's going to come in a second. It's going to be the rally committal from Vega instead. The pulse is good onto him though. The committal from Tree needs to find some kills now. SSG looking pretty healthy though, so I don't know if it's going to come, and it's actually a disaster for Liquid.
Yeah, 2 ults invested there, but all just unraveled by that pulse bomb. Now SSG in control of the ult situation, in control of a point, and Team Liquid forced a difficult walk-up. Zero is in position for the touch though, and really Team Liquid, it's probably worth going for, even if it's just to force an ult out of SSG at this point here. So Zero's going to go onto this one, going to be a walk forward, grab onto the backline, just about snatches Vega. Right at the end, Sugar Free will get the kill, and the second one will be both ults invested here from SSG. They've used the Ray as well. Zero gonna have to take down one as the backline continues to takes down a second here as well. It is quite literally Zero versus the world. It's a 1v3 still, and Sugar Free is on his face, so they will stop Zero eventually. SSC take the round and put themselves 1 round away from tying up the series. Team Liquid though, big ult swing after that.
Assuming we tracked ults properly, surely Beam and Grav, you know, we don't need to use both. And Infected's just going to find a pick on UV on the cross. But Liquid, you know, looking pretty good for them ult-wise. You're going to need something from one of the DPS from SSG to bail them out, bail themselves out of the hole that they've just created, both by getting picked here and losing all chance of point control, and also just over-ulting last fight. Zero has his pulse again. Obviously, these tracers are good enough to always find it, so don't count either team out. Clock Halo from Lethal. He's speared, he's 1 HP.
Has to slow it down. Ray will come out now, but Lethal, he was on a flank, so he's come all the way back to the team as Escanor will push with this Ray. The patient builder, eventually with this Ray online, will walk forward, and we're just going to kite and give the first cap for that. Now Admiral, he has a rally push, but hard to push into a Terror Surge with a rally now. Hawk's going to take a bit of damage on the walk up. Here's the rally. Terror Surge comes out in response. No real damage out of that. Admiral now can repush, looking for the bash. There's a pulse bomb onto the shield only, though. And now Zero potentially getting chased out of his recall, but he's actually got more pocket, so Sugar Free is the one conceding space, but SSG have got the flip off of this trade.
Yeah, pushing forward here with the pulse. Infected still low as well. Gonna be a soft reset. Grab coming up here for Hawk. Rally for Vega. Infected doesn't want to wait for anything though. She's gonna go forward. Push the HP advantage onto Hawk. Whip shot onto Sugar Free. Sorry. Pulse is gonna go wide. I'm gonna give Admiral, not Admiral credit. I'm gonna give Vega credit for that. That was all you, King. And yeah, just gonna push back now. Gonna be waiting, probably waiting for Trees. I don't think you want to push off of this.
Trees found you. Wait, Lethal's dead.
You can push off of that advantage. Somehow UV and Lethal are just dead pre-fight. Sugar Free's gonna get the better of the Tracer duel, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough for them to have a chance here. And Flip's gonna go back over to Liquid.
Yeah, that's yeah, that trade onto UV actually really slows down them pushing too much further with any of that. But late kill onto Sugar Free. That will slow SSG down, but coming back with a Grav available and a Ray advantage as well. A clock pretty close as well. Trevo, he has the override protocol, so you can still expect Team Liquid. We've kind of been a trademark of a lot of their play so far today, where they're just taking a lot of these really early aggressive fights, trying to catch SSG on this rotation, unexpecting. You can see the override protocol now over Sky. They're going to attempt to kite it all the way back into sword. Immediate speed ring out here. SSG, we're anticipating this, and it does not matter as Sugar Free will die in the spawn.
SSG are going to walk forward anyway. They want to get a contest here. They have the ults to do it, I think, to be fair. My stream has gone black. And as I'm back, a beam is going to be committed by UV. We have the grab to put in over the top if we need, but we'd rather save it. Infect is actually just going to overstay his welcome because he tried to get the C9 with the spin. Can't quite run away. And now it's actually a bit disastrous. Zero going to die as well. I think he had recall there. Yeah, who's touching? Who's touching?
They got a Ray for it.
Maybe Zero can still touch.
Yeah, I think Zero might, yeah, they might be back. At the very least, Infected will be there, and they can just sort of Ray towards point, you know, to get on point here. So the danger for them is, of course, Hawk has this grab, so a lock-up in grab, a clock, a rally. There's no reason for SSG to hold ults in this situation. They can just invest everything. Clock comes out first for him. Ray in response right now. Hawk has the grab. Terror Surge pulls him in. Grab over the top. In exchange, Zero's going to find the pulse bomb trade here, but lethal, overclock, damage, rally, everything. Just too many ults for SSG in the end. A little whip shot to finish it for Admiral. Let's go into map 5.
Yeah, bedtime theory in full effect. Loser of this does not get knocked out. You are being misinformed. They just get knocked down to losers. It's double a limb. It's push last map, right? So unlikely that we're going to 6 maps, but never impossible.
Alright, map 4.
I don't know. Kind of just slipped away from Liquid there, no? Like, I felt like SSG kept giving them chances, but Liquid could never grab them fully.
Yeah, it's going to be, so points of a score, Hawk with a 9.5, 7.5 for Sugar Free, 7.5 for Infected, 5 for Escanor and all of that, 6 for Zera. But all comes down to this, another tight series between the two teams. Honestly, I think, well, that's a 3-1 in regular season. Really, really easily could have been a 3-2 as well. All of those maps could have gone either way. And even this one here, right, we're going to like 5 stages of a Saravasa. Really quite easily could have seen this fight go a couple of different ways.
Wonder what have we got ban-wise going into last map? What's still open? The Malga ban's still open. The Zarya. Malga ban's still open for SSG. The Zarya ban's still open for Liquid, right?
Yeah. So Zarya, Malga, both available.
Probably have a Zarya ban coming out, right? Like, surely you're just gonna get rid of it. You're gonna protect your Malga. Push,
and then Hawk's gonna either have to just mirror the Orisa, which he's done previously in this, or he'll just play the D.Va instead, but maybe on like a Runa Sappy type map. That's not actually a great map for the D.Va necessarily.
No. I don't know. Maybe it's fine.
Maybe it becomes like...
If you have Kirilu, I think it's fine, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it becomes a little bit of... I'm saying Emre ban. Now, I feel like the tank's too important, because also bear in mind Liquid probably actually wants to protect tank a little bit here as well, because Orisa's not been banned either.
Can Liquid even play Malga? Both Juno and Brig ban gone? If you ban the Zarya, is it not just going to be one of Juno and Brig, and then you can't play Malga anyway? Probably just another Orisa map for them, no?
What do you mean? Sorry. But yeah, well, Juno and Brig have been used by SSG, yeah.
Oh, they have been used. Okay.
Yeah, Juno and Brig has it, but Malga hasn't. So they can ban Malga itself, but they can't ban the backline.
Yeah. So as long as you ban the Zarya, you can force it, but you're still going to be playing it into Kirilu, which I don't think it's good, if I'm honest. If you do it with the Pharah, I think it's maybe playable. Like if you play Pharah, Malga, like Juno Brig into like Zarya Kirilu, or not Zarya, since I don't have that, but maybe D.Va Kirilu, maybe it's playable then. But you don't want to play Pharah into D.Va really. So I'm not sure. I feel like my gut feeling is that we won't actually see Malga this map still, even if we do get a Zarya ban.
Runa's worth D.Va map in the game. Yeah, I feel like the Zarya ban just has to be the most likely. SSG not banned Emre yet, I don't think. I guess I could always be like some type of counter ban for him, but I don't know if it's. I don't think it makes the most difference, you know? Like Tree bad on his other heroes. Maybe it forces a more comfortable mirror for Lethal. He was obviously playing a lot of the Sojourn on that previous map anyway. But I don't think there's anything else. Alright, it's going to be the Emre ban. So yeah, Zarya ban from Team Liquid as expected. SSG will just take their shot. I mean, I guess there was no real backline or anything to target anymore. They've used Juno, they've used Brig. So they'll force most likely a Sojourn mirror. Most likely Orisa as well.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be Orisa, Kirilu, Soj.
Maybe there's a cast opportunity if there's going to be an Orisa mirror with Emre banned, but...
I think it's good on this map as well. Like,
it's one of Lethal's favourite heroes too.
Yeah, like outside of the cap point fight, it actually feels like really good because you constantly have the little like side alleyways to find your angle, right?
Would Sim be better here as well? I'm thinking for SSG. Orisa mirror, but you're with Sim. Kiri Lucio.
Maybe,
No Emre, no nades. I don't know. Like it would be like a ballsy choice, I think, here, because
just swap Vendetta and you're probably not super happy. But I mean, the Orisa's good into the Vendetta, so I don't know how long that swap is, but maybe it's really fine.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, to be fair, it's not like both teams have been playing well on Tracer, right? So it's I could very easily see this being
I think it's going to be a Kirilu Tracer handshake, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Vendetta is out. Tracer is in. How much of it is because the hero is better and how much of it is because everyone just wants to play Tracer? That's up for you to decide.
Yeah, it's Team Liquid who could probably throw the more curveballs if they wanted to, like, Mauga, Juno, Brig or something, like, try and force maybe Hawk onto D.Va or something.
Thank you, Grandma's Ashes, for blessing. Appreciate that. It's a hog cover in spawn. This is definitely the comp that Liquid are going to roll out on. But yeah, I mean, for SSG, D.Va, Kirilu, Soj, Tracer, seems really reasonable, right? It's going to be Juno Brig again from Liquid with the Orisa. I mean, Juno Brig's going to be fine to the D.Va, I guess, right?
They start, yeah,
it's not Genji.
I think Team Liquid are expecting a D.Va mirror here. Oh, sorry, no, expecting an Orisa mirror, rather. So they're not going to get that, so we'll see how it lines up. Going to be first fight here. The onus will be on Hawk and Sugarfree to attack this backline. I mean, to be fair, Sugarfree was doing a lot of stuff in this Juno Brig backline to begin with, so with a D.Va to help him, in theory this backline might just get pushed over, but it's whether or not they can just get infected. You can see already they're taking all of this space top left early on, trying to swing Tree into an aggressive position here. Lethal just give the space foe, and now they've got to watch out for this D.Va Tracer pinch.
Just force SSG onto the back foot. Tree has the luxury to just swing wide like this, take a couple shots and go again. Infected should be fine. Dink onto Lethal's a little bit scary, but it should be really fine for SSG to stabilize and just swing away. Tree's going to roll out of there, nice and safe. And, I mean, Cart's moving for SSG, but it's just this awkward, cummy space where it's just waiting for one of the hit scans to find a kill on the other, or for one of the tanks to lose all their HP. Looking at Hawk.
Looking at Hawk now here, he's going to have to slow it down for a second. UV's going to back up with Admiral. Suzu actually invested there now. Hawk's being kept at it. Little javelin into the wall, so UV will have to slow it down for a second. Zero's had to use Deflect, so it continues to be slow. Proby, Pokey, Hawks. Separated Tree a little bit on the backline here, but who's really in trouble with who? Hawk is the one in trouble here. Admiral's traded Infected though, which seems unlikely, but it's going to be a tankless 4v4 now. Tree with a high noon early if he wants to go. But both teams again continue to play it slow, just playing for their hit scans position.
Yeah, Tree has this Deadeye already as well. Managed to farm that up just by shooting. Deadeye on this corner could be really rough. It puts SSG in this position where you're going to have to make the split-second decision on if you want to all-in or not. Got Beam coming up for Escanor as well, Kitsu for UV, but I would love a Deadeye swing just to put the onus onto SSG, but I think we're just going to sit back and play safe. Or lethal flank with the clock.
Or lethal flank with the clock, yeah, it's going to be a clock, not safe at all. Taking risks, taking a gamble. Vega is in his face, but he is shut down. They all pounce on him there. Not enough pressure from the other angles. A bash catches everyone from SSG in this room. Pulse bomb out onto the shield. Vega's going to do it all here. Pounce on the Sojourn, hit the biggest bash, block for pulse bomb, and now Team Liquid should be really threatening cap out of this. SSG are going to have to rush it if they want to go.
Yeah, I mean, one's a pulse, but it's a 2-ult committal from SSG, and the pulse when you're against Juno Brig, that isn't an ult again, right? It is a real ult that's worth talking about. So to win with just the Vega rally feels really good. The Deadeye out in the open here could be really rough for SSG to walk into as well. Tree's just rolling back. He had to bomb it there to survive into Soji. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I'm just gonna walk forward. Hawk, goodbye. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, and this map just looks over. But Escanor, always good to open it back up. Lethal's going to find the dink onto him, make this a little bit scary. Kitsu committal here now from UV, going to try and push this advantage, push this healer advantage. Beat going to come out in response from Zero's blade. Zero's just going to get run down actually. And yeah, SSG are going to manage to clean up, partially off the back of this lethal pick onto Escanor. Tree's going to find a trade onto Admiral out of respect in the end though. And yeah, maybe a lifeline grabbed by SSG, but an expensive lifeline.
Yeah, one of the problems you run into sometimes with this D.Va Tracer as well is while the Pulse has a bit more value, the self-destruct still just isn't really comparable or comboable in the same way as a lot of the times the Terror Surge is. And they spent a lot for that SSG, and that was double support ult through and all of that. Need a quick resync. Alright, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22.
It just works.
Just works. Ray push comes out now from Escanor taking his ult advantage, but they've lost Vega. Lethal is going to slip through Infected's fingers. Sugarfree's going to kill Escanor as well, but Ray is going to fade, and as it fades, there is no backline left for Team Liquid. So SSG have cleaned everything up. Bottom has been forced at least, tries to cancel the remake, but no dice for Infected there, and this will be a very clean fang. Thank you, Higher Sid, for the Prime.
Thank you, Overwatch Esports, for the code in the chat as well. That's goated from you. Yeah, I mean, back onto, well, not back onto, but still on, pushing onto Liquid side of the map. It's an expensive fight to lose as well. What's pretty much nothing, right? It's just double bomb out from SSG. Not really the situation you want. Tree, I don't know if he was already on it, but if not, he's going to make the swap over to the Sojourn now. Infected has his Terror Surge, but it really feels more like just like a second life card at this point. And you're in a really rough spot where the Orisa to walk up and touch here, you're going to end up getting chunked, especially when Lethal pops the overclock.
Pops for clock now as well, looking for a bit of an opening. Will swing onto the high ground. Terror Surge into it now as well. Lethal will connect onto Escanor as well. Magnetic head. Infected has died on point during his Terror Surge, and SSG is rude as sappy. You're never out of it. Right back in, and they will be taking lead off this one as well. Still 5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, they've got double support ult advantage as well, where Escanor obviously used the beam in the fight in mid. Can really push this advantage. Jazeera's going to need to find something with this pulse, but into Kirilu, obviously a lot harder. It's a rough one for Team Liquid. I mean, at least Infected can touch point here. Like, Liquid can really just sit here and do nothing for a little bit if they want whilst they farm some of their ults, but I don't know if SSG will let them.
Lethal has eyes behind him, forces out Rico out of Zero. Double support, so advantage for SSG. Kitsune to start it, Rally to match that one as well. Admiral has the beat to keep going if he wants. Sugar-free looking for the backline, but Team Liquid are just going to kite it, so SSG will just take the space, close that distance once more, then back it up. Sugar-free with the pulse bomb behind, connects that one onto Vega as my screen goes black. Sugar-free's deleted for backline.
Yeah, they're just gone. Yeah, it's not a good look. You don't really even get to farm anything for Liquid, right? Like, Escanor got 30 of the Ray Infected. I don't think really got anything of his all that fight. Tree managed to get a bit of his, but you know, when you're in the deficit like this and you've got to win like 4 fights in order to get the lead, feels like your comp is just worse when you're on the Orisa Juno Brig. If you got to win 4 or 5 fights in a row, it feels inevitable that the Trace is just going to hit a pulse. Lethal's just going to hit a shot. If we get hit in the pulse, just hit a shot instead, mate. And again, Liquid just on the back foot.
Yeah, Sugar-free in the backline now, looking for more, down to half HP. Infected's a little bit split from his backline, playing the opposite side. They're trying to stabilize. Tree's going to fire a rail back, but now Lethal has a clock ready to go. Tree's right there with him, needs 1 more %. Bo going to swing this initial swing, but Tree's got a Diva in his face, but it doesn't matter. D peaks and Tree can win that overclock duel, and they'll stay in it for now. They have to deal. Levy's found a trade behind. There's a Diva behind him too. Tracer's blinking onto him. It is just a die on point, I think, here. Maybe Hawk's going to try and get out. UV's found a second trade. UV causing him all sorts of problems here. A third trade. At a certain point, he might just win the fight. There's a Brig on him now as well, but he's got a bit of help from his Diva. Terror Surge comes in from Infected. He will trade UV. And they are able to win the fight here, but having to commit Terror Surge for that just feels
not too
like
happy.
Team Liquid have lost control.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, you've actually like equaled up the double support ult situation, right? Escanor's on the same pace. It's actually Vega maybe a little bit behind going into this, but you probably fancy the Kirilu over the Juno Brig, so it becomes a rough one again. SSG are just going to sit back on map. They have no reason to do anything, no reason to force anything. Just going to sit and shoot the walk up. Tree really needs to find another magic pick on anyone. Sugar-free coming with the pulse into this backline again. You have to back him to hit it, really. Beam's going to come down on the Kitsu. Lethal's falling low. No second support there to speak of. Yeah, Pulse isn't going to stick anyone, but Tree's going to find it anyway. Out of respect. Appreciate that, Tree. And, I mean, Infected's
Oh, they're going to rally for it.
Going to come out with the rally here. Escanor's still alive in the middle of this. So it's actually quite impressive, considering. B's going to come down as well. Nothing. I say nothing. They managed to kill Infected at the end of it. And it's just, yeah, I mean, they're just going to get out support on it. It's like outvalued on the support on it. Now we're back on their side of the map with absolutely nothing to show for it. And 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left on the clock, and SSG in full control from a cart position standpoint. Not too much to work with for Team Liquid either, really. In fact, it's going to be Lethal who probably gets to the overclock as the next ult available to push with. Hawk's going to have a little fly through onto the backline here as well, and that sets up another kill. Lethal's going to find Escanor now. Infected's going to try and anchor himself onto point, pushes for a kill, for a trade, for something, hoping for it, finds nothing. They have to try and ping-pong the point a little bit, desperate for Infected back on, but Lethal's about to have the clock. Hawk is already forcing everyone back into spawn, and it has full cap gap written all over it here. It's been a back and forth series, but Team Liquid, they're on the ropes potentially for the last time. Clock from Lethal to try and finish it right now. Trying to find something to shoot at, and that's not an Orisa, and we'll take a chunk of zero away there. Trying to burn through the tank now as well. Nothing into the back. Bomb is going to be launched on point. Infector's going to have to make evasive maneuvers, but he can't find anything. Escanor will die to the bomb. It just feels like a matter of time now for SSG as they push forward. They need to clear the cart still. Lethal will shut down Tree. Desperation Clock. A pulse bomb on top to finish it. And SSG, 3-2, they close it out.
I feel like for the second time on a map 5, I'm watching a team force Juno Brig, and I'm ending up saying comp gap at the end. Because it just felt so impossible to win once they lost like even 1 or 2 fights. Like for the Orisa to walk up and actually take space, I don't know. Like it's well played obviously by SSG to convert it and get the full cap. I think Sugar Free had a really good map 5 specifically. But yeah, I mean, good for SSG. They get their match against Dallas in the upper brackets tomorrow. Liquid get to face Lunex. They look so strong sometimes, but so shaky other times. Liquid, it feels like I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I guess the nice thing against Lunex is suddenly Team Liquid, who feel like they've had a little bit of their comp flexibility neutralized with Escanor coming in, actually will still have that over a team like Lunex.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very true.
Yeah, I think with the Juno Brig as well, for Liquid in particular, it feels like they just feel their backline is better on that comp.
Yeah, I think that's the vibe.
I think that's like a sort of if they just take a Kiri Lucio mirror, they're just playing a matchup where
they think they're worse off, which
yeah,
is probably just true, right? Again, I think it's objectively correct, but I mean they are just blatantly gapped last map. I think
I think yeah, I like big picture, and this is actually like a pretty reasonable result for Team Liquid, like a 3-2 against SSG, given the where's my flex support gone?
Yeah, I mean I think like. They look like a comfortable third place team, right? Like they do. They have the ability to punch up and like actually beat if things go right. They won the Kiri matchup twice. Yeah, I mean that's also true. That is literally also true.
Oh, thank you, sir. A Surma Cupcake with a Prime.
Evan, stop baiting with fake codes. You're not funny. You are not funny. Didn't laugh. But yeah. I don't know, it's a rough one, because obviously you're going to be better off on the Juno Brig just with the players you've got, but if the comp's just worse, the comp's just worse. You can't at the Overwatch esports account and say and tell them that they're a nonce if they don't send another code.
They've got them in a checkmate situation here, so it looks like are they a nonce or do they have a code? Lethal with a big score on that last map.
Crazy Recruiting Thread's still live in this chat. I still don't see them. They're not getting cashed out. They've been there for like 10 hours at this point. They'll stay in eternity.
Alright, big winner, 38.5. For Hawk, 33.5 for Zera, 35.5 for Tree. Team Liquid actually slightly better on some of those scores. Unless your name's Escanor and he got 16.5. Okay.
I literally can't make you mod Otaku. I trust you, but I literally don't have the power. But I know if I could and I did, I know you'd have that sorted. Don't you worry.
Alright, so yeah, SSC get it over the line. Not the most convincing though.
No, not. I think very much not so. Actually, I think SSG should come out of this game like I don't want to say unhappier than Liquid because you know they still have an extra life in the tournament, but I don't think they should be much happier than truthfully. Some of those maps and some of the plays made are so incredibly dodgy. But end of the day, they won. So.
Yeah, one of the Brawl maps, I think as well, even when you look at, I mean, all of these maps were close, right? In terms of like, you know, I think we went to 3 cough rounds, 5 control points.
Gib was not close.
Gib wasn't close, yeah. I mean, that's probably the biggest worry for SSG because that was their map pick and ban situation, and they weren't able to. Not only were they not able to win it convincingly, they weren't able to win it at all. And the Blizzard world, I think you can probably. That one feels more on the unlucky side. I think there were like chances that slipped through their fingers on second that could have made the nature of that very different. And then Team Liquid kind of clutch out the hold several times, so it feels like the Blizzard world again. I think. Feels unlucky for SSG. Could have quite easily gone a different way.
For a quick chat.
Here's Chrissy. Let's see what Chrissy thinks.
Welcome and congratulations. Why is there a teddy bear sitting on the floor?
Oh, that's
is he in a timeout? Like, is he okay?
No, he holds the door open.
Oh,
that's
what a
his job.
homie. Love that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, well, now on to more important things. Christopher, this was a close match, a very close series where just a week ago, you guys were rather dominant going up against Team Liquid. Obviously, Team Liquid is looking much improved within just that short time span. What was the difficulty in today's match? Why do you think they made you fight so hard for it?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I spent every game this season, okay? I come away from it and it's been close, and I'm like, well, how is that not a 3-0? Like, I actually never quite understand, like, we're losing...
Because you always fumble Blizzard World, mate.
How did we lose Blizzard World? That's the real question. Like, surely we've fumbled them guaranteed. Like, surely we don't lose on Saturday. I mean, I think one thing that we spoke about when in the Dallas game was like this kind of, how to deal with adversity and a little bit more that. So I was really pleased when things again started to go wrong that they recovered the way they did, the players. Like, map 5 was the best map of Overwatch I've seen us play this season. So I was really pleased with that.
Dude, this series was just a straight banger from start to finish, honestly. Honestly, I feel like SSG always brings us bangers, so yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm hoping the Dallas Fuel one is equally as good. How do you feel, and how do you stack yourselves and someone like the Fuel up against EMEA competition right now? Because, Twisted Minds, they ended up winning last year, and they're talking a little smack about NA recently.
Yeah, I mean, we've been scrimming a lot of EU. We've been scrimming VP every day this week. And the scrims, it's been back and forth. It's been pretty much 50-50 the whole time. Like, so I think we're on par with EMEA at the moment.
look at that shit-eating grin. Shit-eating grin. As he knows, he's just peddled some egregious bullshit with some, like, TM erasure,
Christopher, I think it's funny you talked about how you looked at some of the series you played this stage, and you're like, how did it end that way? I kind of felt that way when I looked at the Dallas Fuel series last week, and like Sunjun is hitting pulse bomb after pulse bomb, but then, you ended up, I think it was Rialto, and like you had a wasted fight with a sound barrier that didn't go your way. It was just like, okay, well, that feels like a 1 in a 10 times kind of scenario where things don't go our way there. So I see what you're talking about. I do wonder, like, reflecting on a series like this against Team Liquid, you played them last week, you play them now, and it's like a 5-map series. And I think there's opportunity you can play them again, even like a third time later on this weekend. What do you kind of like take from a series like this on a very short turnaround potentially? Obviously, you're playing Dallas Fuel first, you could qualify that way. But how much do you take from a series on a Friday if you have to play them again, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday?
I think you take a lot, actually. I think every time you play an official against a team, you will hyper-analyze the bans and the picks and the strategy. And I think, like, even though the series was closer this week, I think we had a much better understanding of how to play against Team Liquid today. And I guarantee it's the same for them. I guarantee they went away and they VOD reviewed that series for us. And then they're like, oh, well, on this, like, so both teams, like, their Gibraltar was clearly miles better than it was last week. Last week it was a free win for us, whereas they've realized it was a free win. So they've kind of evolved that. And the same thing will happen if we end up playing in grand finals or wherever it ends up being. Like, both teams will hyper-analyze that. There will start to become like mind games in terms of like map picks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow, right, you're going to face off against Dallas Fuel. That was also a very, very close match you guys played. If I remember correctly, that was a bit of a reverse sweep. So, not to
good memory.
Salt in that one. Fun to remember. How do you think the learnings along the way, facing them tomorrow in the upper final?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will be the same thing. Like, I think the difference this week is we've scrimmed Dallas a lot, and they've obviously scrimmed us a lot because that's tends to be how scrims work.
That's how it works.
So last week when we played them,
big insight
there was,
coming.
Elements of to kind of predict and stuff. Whereas this week we've played them in the official last week, we've scrimmed them all this week, so I think the prep will probably look slightly different for both teams. But I also suspect that both teams have kind of had their eye that we're going to play each other at this point either way. So I think, I don't know, both teams will be prepared. Of that, I'm convinced.
And on an emotional level, what's the vibe like? Give us a vibe check, because you're literally just one match away from making it to the first LAN in Japan. That's a big deal. What's the mood like in the team?
I'm gonna go find out once I join the Discord, but I think it's gonna be pretty good actually. I think, you know, if this happened to us last week, maybe we would have lost or whatever. And I think that like everything that we look to improve from a team mentality point of view, from a communication point of view, dealing with adversity, losing maps we shouldn't lose, we did it all so much better today. So at least my vibe is immaculate, I think, as the kids tend to say. And,
I as a kid can confirm that.
Yeah. And I suspect the players will also be immaculate.
Immaculate. We love to hear that. Yeah, losing is learning. Insert rainbows. Christopher, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck in your match tomorrow.
Thank you.
Kids do be saying immaculate. I've heard that.
I've heard kids be saying that.
All right, so SSG upper bracket, and so we get, you know, the results we probably expected, but really not in the fashion we expected in that second series, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I think accurate statement. Yeah, so for tomorrow, you've got some bangers for tomorrow, right?
Yep, so it's going to be GK versus TM. We're going to get the upper bracket and the lower bracket final, which means one team will qualify for Japan tomorrow, the winner of that upper bracket final.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get the lower bracket semi-final.
And one team will go home.
One team will get eliminated. So yeah, we'll get one team qualified, one team eliminated tomorrow, and then we'll also obviously set ourselves up for which 3 teams go all the way through to Grand Final Sunday. And we'll also have Korea in the morning as well. I actually don't know what games are on tomorrow. Korea morning. But surely something good, right? New Era Zan, Zeta onside, Cheeseburger T1. I lied. There's nothing good on tomorrow. But we'll be up in the morning anyway.
You will be there anyway.
We'll be there. Zeta onside might have a bit of legs. There might be some. There might be if onside could maybe turn that into a series.
Onside's okay, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that's a little bit harsh on onside. And that one's our best chance for a game.
Was that the first game though? So you got one good game.
The second game. It's kind of in the middle,
It's in the middle at least. I feel like it's better to have it at the end like we did today though, you know? Like you get the 2 mid games out of the way, and then you get the real game at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm going to wrap it up there.
Tuck it out. Oh, tuck it out.
I've not been sleeping well, you know. I agreed to do this, and then I realized that I literally have been sleeping like 6 hours a night. Not even a lot of the night, so I am pretty tuckered out. But yeah, thank you for chilling with me today. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I had a lovely time.
Let me let Max know he can send it over whenever he chooses to.
Did I miss everything? Yeah, Yak. You literally just missed all of Korea, all of EMEA, and all of North America. It's a VOD job for you. I need my drops. Oh, it's going to be a tomorrow job for you. Walked in the room. What I miss, guys? What I miss? I'm here. Was VPGK worth a watch? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Lots of good games today. I think each region had a banger. Alright, Jamie's going to do his goodbyes. Let me drop an advert and get like top of my water, and then I'll figure out where I'm going next. Because I should get to bed soon, really. But let's do one last ad break and a little figure out. 2 seconds. Oh. Oh. All right. Let's get this show on the road. I'm going to end the YouTube stream here. Cut the VOD and everything like that. Next game starts in like just under 7 hours. Alright, where am I going? Let's see. Is Hydron online? There he goes. Cool. Alright, if you want to keep getting your drops as well, can send you over. Hydron will sort you out. I'll be back tomorrow in the morning.